The government of the United States, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Director J. Edgar Hoover, accused Marcus Garvey of using the U.S. mail
put on
to...
trial.
After 11 hours of deliberation, the jury was called in by the eminent Jewish jurist Judge Mack and given a second set of instructions without their request. The gist of it was that if they had come back with a not guilty or hung jury, to remember the expense in which the government would be put, the public would have lost time, the court, the jury, and the witnesses would have to go through the entire exercise again. They went back into the jury room and 30 minutes later came back with a verdict. Justice is greater than the law. If justice was not included in the law, then the law would be of no use to us as human beings. What I was concerned with was the truth. I asked no mercy. I asked no sympathy. I asked for justice based on the evidence given in the courtroom. I later found out that the judge wanted to speed things up because he had an appointment with the International Zionist Convention in Chicago. It was also due to the fact that I had acquired my first set of papers for naturalization. In my closing statement, I told those 12 men that they were to judge a man by the testimony, by what had been brought into the case, by their judgment of what is wrong and what is right. You may condemn the body, but not the soul. It was not in their power to condemn the body. God condemns the soul. Judge me, and God will judge you for judging Marcus Garvey. The trial took 5.5 weeks, and every day I had a fight with the district attorney. As we went along, I realized it was impossible for me to escape the traps that were being laid out by the press, rival organizations, personal enemies, foreign governments who were interested in me being convicted. No one, not even the absent attorney, could have fought for me as I fought for myself, because he would have been risking the friendship and goodwill of the powerful influences that were aligned against me. There were several witnesses brought in by the government, who probably because of a bribe would say anything the prosecutors told them to. For instance, Edgar Gray, a man with a superabundance of intelligence, could not say where he was really from. He claimed he was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa. That man was a coconut born in Antigua. Superabundance of intelligence, could not say where he was really from. He claimed he was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa. That man was a coconut born in Antigua. Gray disappeared from the UNIA with funds of the organization which he handled in my absence and for whom a warrant was out for his arrest. There was also Leo Healy. I regarded him as a friend. The very morning when he came in to testify, I met him outside, shook his hand, not knowing that he was there to testify against me. And he said I was a good man, then I was bad because I did not pay him the bills of the Black Star Line. Garvey was not the Black Star Line. We were not asking his opinion of the Star Line. We were asking his opinion of Marcus Garvey. He said understand that he believed that I was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Now he knows there ain't no black man a member of the KKK. Well, when we placed Mrs. Lawson on the witness stand, well, she wore dark glasses obviously to obscure the movements of her eyes and her line of stare as she tried to communicate with the prosecutor. During cross-examination, we asked her to show her subpoena. As she fumbled around and looked at the district attorney, lowering her head, waiting for his approval. She said she bought stock in 1917, even though the Black Star Line never sold stock in 1917. It was not in existence then. She claimed to be sick, as were two other witnesses who were able to make a quick $30 in the 5 minutes they spent on the stand. Prosecutor wanted to appeal to the sympathy of that jury. A young man named Cargill admitted on the stand to the dismay and disgust of the prosecutor that he was told what to say concerning the circulars and letters supposedly brought in as evidence in the case. Folks try to misrepresent me and say that I do not like white people. Some of my best friends are white. The bishop, who was my friend since my youthful days, testified. When I asked him of his opinion of Marcus Garvey, he said, doubtful. They didn't understand what he meant. I was a public man. Opinions differ. Surely some men are doubtful of me and some are not. He didn't say that Garvey was doubtful. When I asked him for his personal opinion, the question was objected to and sustained by the judge, claiming that it was an improper question. There were some white-controlled newspapers who felt that I was railroaded. I remember one of them stated that my troubles began when I stepped on the toes of France and Great Britain, and that it was a very grave question whether justice had been in my case. After I was found guilty, they released me on $25,000 bail pending the hearing of the appeal. While waiting, I formed the Black Cross Navigation and Trading Company, business enterprises which comprise the Negro Factories Corporation, the Black Eagles Flying Corps, dress and millinery shops, a publishing company and printing plant, a phonograph company, a restaurant, laundries, a black doll factory, a hotel, a chain of grocery stores, and the Royal African Motor Corps, a fleet of moving vans. I was in Detroit when the mandate was handed down. Having received the telegram to return immediately, I got on the first train leaving for New York. When I arrived, I was brutally seized by heavily armed men and pulled from a Pullman car at the 125th Street station and taken to the Tombs prison. But that there are certain people who do not like me because I am black. They do not like me because I was not born in the United States. Some Irish slave master gave my great-great-grandfather his name. Garvey is not an African name. It's Irish. Garcia is not African, nor is Thompson or Johnston. They were inherited from our slave masters, English, French, Irish, or Scotch. If I was born in Jamaica, it was no fault of mine. It was because the slave ship which took me to Jamaica did not go to American ports, and that is how some Negroes in America were not born in the West Indies.
Well, what did you think of Mr. Dancy's testimony?
Mr. Dancy was used by this government to testify against me. You heard him when the prosecutor asked him whether any of the letters were from the Black Star Line.
He couldn't remember.
He couldn't remember. Mr. Dancy can't read. My life is at stake and he couldn't remember. What happened in that courtroom was a charade. You all know he was just lying through his teeth.
Would you not accept Bob Marley as being black?
Yeah, look here.
No, just quickly, we have only 10 seconds. We have 10 seconds.
No,
yes or no?
Yes,
10
yes,
seconds. Okay, and would you accept Michael Manley as being black?
No.
Well, Michael Manley's father was black, Norman Manley, and his mother was white.
Well.
Let's go. Call me back after the 11 a.m. headline news, please, straight.
Travel off the old rough road to find my root, to find my root. Call so loud, search all around.
Straight up. A vehicle designed to take you from mid-morning to midday with a minimum of discomfort and unlimited safety and timeliness. We brake at designated stops and observe pedestrian crossings. There's no charge for the ride, but garbage will be returned as small change. Body protrusion, indecent exposure and political campaigning are punishable under the regulations. Advertising is welcome, but vending is prohibited. We apologize for any bumpy road surface, but will avoid pitfalls and crawl across potholes. Fasten your seat belt, please. Straight up, Jerry Small, thank you.
Driver! Don't stop at all. Drop this Arizona round an Albemarle. Driver! Don't even itch. Collect a little food there and come back quick. Driver, just remember the damn speed limit. Cause if you're running the fence, my friend, that is it.
Good morning, welcome to Straight Up after last week, Straight Up for today. Today is what? 13th of April. And although it been some time, it come like at the morning after. Although it's about 3-4 morning after. And some people still believe them can make use of the morning after pill effectively even 3 days after, 4 days after. But one good thing about virginity, we're not really ridiculing, trivializing these things. One good thing about virginity is that when one door closes and next one open, all kind of possibility. But the belly start to show. Mama, what Mama say? We hear from Mama then now. To our interpreter, Little John.
Mother, she look glad. Father, him stop school. Look like him something like roping picture.
Yeah, the belly start showing Mama. Want put it on the uncle that was visiting. For the visiting uncle kind of rich and thing. Uncle Sam kind of rich. But Uncle Sam want put it on the shop, man. Uncle Sam want put it on the shop, man, say. them usually send the little girl go down at the shop without money. You send the little girl go down at the shop without money, and what you expect? The shop man are going to take pay and go and quit it out. And then you send her down there, go collect grocery, and then you add on pan it, say, bring a pack of smokes for uncle too, because uncle visit. Uncle visiting from foreign, so you send go buy the grocery without no money. You send for the grocery without no money. And you put on a 20 pack or a carton of cigarette pan it for uncle who visit, because you treat uncle good. When you come back, you tell the little girl must carry the cigarette in her room, go give uncle. And go give him a light too. Go give him a light, go catch up you know. Give him a light also. And you want to put it for uncle. For Uncle Rich, you know, Uncle Samuel Rich and thing. Uncle Sam said, no, you know, put it for me, a shop man. We always send the little girl go without money. Down at the Chinese, down at China shop. Like a bull in a China shop. So, that is the situation. So, Jamaica come now like a little girl, like a little young girl. 13 years old going on 53, you know. 13 years old but going on like she have the experience of a 53. But even 53 is a young age for a nation. There's many nations in the position of Jamaica, you know. Like a young juvenile and the big nation, them run them down, forget the fresh vegetable. Get the best out of them. America, please don't vex with me say I'm putting it too harshly. Not really putting it too harshly, but both America and China coming like two old pedophile. And young still, because both America and China, them both old nation and them a young nation. America just 200 odd years old, that's a young nation. But at the same time, it's a old nation because people inhabit it from thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago, people walk from Asia going to America, right from North America, go straight down to South America. Some of them sail from South Asia, go across to Central America and South America. Some walk through Siberia and Alaska, through the north. But from Asia, people populating the two American continents for tens of thousands of years. And at the same time, the new state of America, United States, is a young country, 200 years old. China also is an ancient country. And at the same time, it's a very young country. Carry out a revolution in 1949 under communism. Communism is not an economic system that can produce wealth. Communism, Marxism is a liberation philosophy that can free countries when them are under jurisdiction, under subjugation. So them use the communism and the Marxism for free themselves. But communism and Marxism can't produce wealth and prosperity. So after them free up themselves with the communism, them turn to capitalism about 30-40 years now, and as Obama said, look how much millions of people them live out of poverty in 30 years. First in the history of the world, that rate of poverty alleviation ever go on. So I'm still give them credit. But Jamaica is like the little young girl, underage girl. And America and China and other countries, but mainly them is like the two big old greyback pedophile. And the little girl belly start to show now. And mama want to raffle it. Mama want to raffle it, but at the same time she said, wait, better than raffle is an auction. Raffle when you have ticket and you pull ticket out of the hat, but an auction go to the highest bidder. So mama would have mind for raffle it first and give everybody shares night, like a public company. But mama find out, so wait, if you auction it, you will get even a higher reward. You don't understand me? I passed you up gardens yesterday for our great friend. We'd have a memorial for our great friend, Miss Sonia Harris. And on the way through there, my brethren show me the spectacle. Me hear about it before, you know. The Jamaica government, the Jamaica minister, them and secret service them, secret for them party, secret service for them party. Behind the back of Jamaica, and them sell out piece of up garden to China. And China is building a big attraction. China government, you know, is building a big attraction inside a Hope Garden, and piece of Hope Garden now named China Garden, Chinese Garden. It's like a monument to China, you know, with some big structure, some big Chinese structure and thing. We're not vexed, you know, because Jamaica have many different nations in here. But you know, if African country did make a monument to Africa and call it Africa Garden, like how down Augustown near Africa Garden, you know, so there would be a kind of uproar, say. This whole part black people think I try to take over Jamaica, Africa to take over Jamaica. But a China piece of Hope Garden being given to China, and them a build a place in the name China Garden, and his workers, laborers from China, them bring come build it, you know. Not even the labor work them allow the Jamaican for that. Some laborers from China with some big broad hat, you know, the big broad hat with them wear upon the paddy, you know, the rice paddy there. And them a construct a big thing in there. Piece of China. That's just a little sample showing you. Say the country are well under colonization. And between the dragon and the other one, what the other one name again? The goat. You know, Uncle Sam look like, with them long beard look like a billy goat. You know, the old goat, you know, when old man love run down like young kids. Them call old man goat. And you say a man is a old goat. It means a old man a run down underage female. Old goat. So America is like a old goat and China is like a old dragon. The two of them one use the apple, the American apple for tempt the little picnic. And the other one use the Chinese sweetie. Bait, you know, it's bait. Well, anyway, so it is. But Obama, you see how sensitive he is? I told you from long time that one of the beasts, them going to come in like the wooden horse of Troy. So them sneaking a whole heap of beasts in the country. They're going to leave one behind. And when you get curious and pull it inside, say, right, you capture one of the beasts. When you open it up, is some somebody foreign soul let them inside there come invade your country like the wooden horse of Troy. Like the steel beast. So Obama bring it in, and the first thing for the agenda him point out two young people in the audience in the youth forum. But he's very sensitive. When him point out the young lady there, I forgot what's her name. Point out the young lady who is a LGBT activist and said that lady is a lesbian. She passed through a lot of things, but she's still overcome and is providing leadership. He's very sensitive and point out a LGBT lady. He would never point out a BT man. He could have pointed out a young BT man, you know. But him know that it would be might be a severe reaction in Jamaica if him point out a male homosexual and say he's doing well. Him probably would be accosted him before him leave the university premises, and people would probably harass him and probably even put on some violence on him. So that's the sensitive Obama, pointing out the young lady as a LGBT lady, rather than pointing out a BT man. I know so them say Jamaica is very so-called homophobic and liable for harass BT man, but not going to really trouble the LGBT lady. So that is a part of the sensitivity of Obama. And people going to say me I praise him to the sky. No, I praise him to the sky at all. Just analyzing their sophistication and their sophistry. Some people did a complain after me say Obama is not a modern day Martin Luther King. He is not a modern day Malcolm X. He is more like an American Michael Manley because of his communication skill. He is with the young people, and the way him go through and not relate with people, back off him shirt, back off him jacket and roll up him sleeve like how Michael Manley roll up him sleeve and casual till him cut the sleeve short and call it Caribbean. And some people never like it. You hear them complain all on some other station and some other program say ridiculous certain radio person that talk about Obama is Michael Manley, and I get carried away. I go and like say I praise Obama for being some Michael Manley. Like we praise Michael Manley anyway. No, we're giving credit to people where credit is due for their strong points, and where them have weak points to talk about it. Talk about Seaga's strong points and talk about other things that him supposed to be a responsibility for people vex. No, I'm not boost up Seaga. Give him credit to it due. And ask him to be a responsibility to it due too. And with any one of them, whether Michael, Manley, Seaga, any one of them, give them credit to it due. I tell you all the while. From as a youth, I hear people circulate rumor about PJ Patterson. But by my observation from me a teenager, I don't believe that PJ Patterson is no homosexual. But people try to put on that image from him. That no means that I praise of Patterson as no hero. All of them have them weak points and some have some serious faults. And most of them have some strength too. Bustamante. I tell you, say I'm very intelligent and very articulate, man, and was no idiot. At the same time, he's a gangster too. And a gunman, one of the original. You don't understand? But people that talk about get carried away by Michael Manley. Now, just as I was saying, Jamaica is like the little 13-year-old girl where them up prime and a send go shop go get free things and free lunch for the family. Just like the little girls who were groomed for the dirty wine contest. All the while we are groomed some little girl, all 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. I groom them for go into dirty wine contest and I say, oh, them nice. Yes, man, go on for the stage, man. I show them, say, okay, I'm dirty wine, man. Whether a downtown dirty wine or the carnival, kiddies carnival, it's the same grooming. But you go and like say, it's not as despicable and corrupting as the other kind of grooming. Just as corrupting as any kind of grooming. You're pushing your picnic in a kiddies carnival or train them off to go action themselves before them even reach any stage where they're supposed to make no choices. And I block the road like some presidential Obama road blocking them. I block off all the road in Kingston yesterday. So people go action off them little underage picnic and dirty wine and carnival wine and thing. But as I go. But anyway, why this a road that lead to corruption? I know say hell, the road to hell pave with good intention, come like the road where them pave for bring Obama here. Pure good intention and so on. But it's like the good intention of the policeman father, the father policeman who, and like many policemen and many citizens are their citizens. Some of them have legal guns, some have illegal gun. And pride themselves say, oh, I go sleep with my weapon beside me, no, cause nobody now come touch my picnic and my family. Good mind. The same mind that Jesus Christ was preparing the people in Luke 22 say, if you do have a sword, sell your garment and buy one, because you must and you are obliged to protect the women and children. But you are obliged to keep it safe also. You are not supposed to sleep with your sword down on your bed foot for your picnic them come play with the sword. And if you have a gun, you're supposed to oblige to keep it safe, not under your pillow that when you roll over upon the bed and roll off your pillow, the gun exposed. Yes, you want to protect your family, but you are obliged to keep it safe. And you want people sorry for you. You want people to sorry for you. You who careless. Not just that one policeman. Many of us who careless and something go wrong, you want people sorry for you more of them sorry for the person who dead. And more of them sorry for the picnic. You're not sorry for the people for sorry for you. Sorry for you and blame the picnic. Yes, you want to protect your family, and we all do. But you don't want to say lay yourself careless that you're going to sleep with a gun or a sword or a ratchet or a bottle of poison or a bottle of acid loose about the place that a little picnic and go take it and acid up the next one. And you go claim say you was trying to protect it. It's a joke. It's very similar to from in the 30s and 40s, you have people boasting off, say. From in the 30s and 40s, from the politics start, you have people that boast off, say, oh, me will kill you, you know. I make Mr. Manley defend me and get me out, because you know, Norman Manley could have get off anybody off a murder charge. And that's one of the reasons why some people gather around him in politics. And many other young lawyers got their way into politics by getting off criminal off a charge, gun charge, knife charge, robbery charge. And after that, the young criminal, whether him go to prison or not, after him come from prison, him tell the lawyer, say, hey, you're my barrister, you know. If you're going to politics now, me will defend you, know, me protect you when you're going to politics. And a long list of lawyers on both sides of the political fence. That's what ushered them into politics. Some bad man who grew up wrong there and say, oh, me I protect you, know, you're my barrister, you know. Just like how them used to gather around Norman Manley and say, I will kill you and make my party leader get me off in a court, you know. And up to the other day, a very likable politician, person very likable, when he proclaimed himself gangster for life, you didn't hear the Prime Minister or the party leader or any of the leaders of the party rebuke him and say, no, you shouldn't be saying that, especially on a political platform, boasting off about gangster for life. Don't do that. Please apologize or don't do it. Or you never hear none of them come out and say, what Mr. Horace Dalit said the other day, you know. We don't really condone it. We know Mr. Daly is a nice man, but we don't condone him talking about gangster for life, even when him say it in fun. No, it's not no fun. It's not no fun to be talking about yourself as gangster for life. Especially in a culture like Jamaica where people have been led to admire gangster, led to admire gangster by prime ministers, leaders of opposition and all different kind of prominent people, have encouraged the admiration of gangsters, murderers, extortioners and killers. So don't run no joke about no gangster for life, but you never heard this party leader say one word about that. You never hear the leader of the opposition, the government, anybody, cabinet minister, you never hear no youth group in the party say, no, you shouldn't say gangster for life. And Harris, that's a very likable guy, but that don't excuse him. If I do foolishness, I have to apologize for it and not only do it, try to stop from doing it. And I am not above criticism. There's no one that is so good that they are about talking about people are so great that their reputation is beyond question. There's no one in the world or the history of the world whose reputation is beyond question. If your reputation is good, it can be questioned and you can face questioning. Talk about reputation beyond questioning. The greater you are, the more you can face questioning and examination and scrutiny. Yes, they're not true. Who you going to blame? Blame the 3-year-old? Can't blame the 3-year-old. It's foolishness they talk. Foolishness. Yes, anyway, make we hear a little piece of music. What can we play? We can play Eka Mouse. Remember Eka Mouse? Eka Mouse, the artist did sing about him Virgin Girl. But there was a next piece of music I want to play. What was it? Oh yes, it was When You Call My Name. Can you imagine when that young LGBT lady, the young lesbian lady, when Obama on the platform highlight her and her good works? Probably for the first time it was so thrilling to hear a man call her name, but this is how life goes. It can be thrilling to be recognized by your admirer, romantic admirer. And it can be thrilling to be recognized by any other human being. So she did get a racing and a fluttering of the heart and some blushing when Obama called her name. And it's a disgrace for any man, it's a disgrace to all men, that any man could have stick up that young lady there some time ago and force her with that gunpoint or knife point or even at the point of a fist or the threat of a fist in the face. With them other weapon or not, even a fist in the face is a weapon. It's a disgrace that any male could be talking about him going to force a female to perform oral sex upon him. That's what the young lady was subjected to. It's a disgrace. And from your little boy, me hear man a boast off about who. Me know so me can't cure lesbian, you know. Just give them 2 nights with me, man, and me change their mind. Move from yes, allow. If them want to turn lesbian, allow them to turn lesbian. But your boast off, say if you have sex with them will change their mind. A little ego trick them there. All the man will stick up them woman and force them to do oral sex. Ego trip by some little coward. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Me, you know, I not comfortable with no homosexual company. But them not trouble me if me work with them, if me know them, if me, you know, them kind of way. That's not no problem to me. But I'm not going to condone for nobody to talk about to them or go invade them privacy and force them to do things. Let's hear a little piece of it. When You Call My Name. When the young lady did get a little thrill from her. Obama called her name and she feel nice. Can we hear it? When You Call My Name.
When I call your name.
Welcome back to Straight Up. And just before I go to the phone, I just want to tell you that we're going to have the pleasure of the company of Senator Imani Duncan Pryce today. Senator Imani Duncan. We have the pleasure of our company today, and she was one of the people at the Youth Forum with Obama at the university last week. And I did make mention of her presence and some of her reactions to Obama's impact. And so we're going to discuss with her today that at approximately after 10 o'clock. And also I want to give credit and recognition to the young lady, I don't even know her name. The young lady from the UTech track team. Elaine Thompson. Boy, you're sharp like a tack. May I tell you, you're there?
Hello?
Which school? Manchester High alumnus. What's your name again? Elaine Thompson. Burst through the tape in 10.92, I believe it is. Fastest time in the world this year for a female so far this year. They are coming from out of the woodwork. Whole heap of people to not replace but to upgrade Shelly and Fraser Pryce and the other super fast ladies. Morning, welcome, straight up.
Yeah, morning, Jerry. Where you say?
Horse dead and cow fat.
Alright. Yeah, man. Anyway, Obama going on. He speak about gay now.
LGBT.
And lesbian.
Yes.
Nah, that stamp of approval in what doing, you know.
Nah, left you out, man.
Nah, left it out. Then he went go, because I see witness talking about gay in South Africa.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. And he say even when he run his dining table, you know, he speak about gay around his wife and children.
Yeah, man, him safe there, so.
Yeah, man. There's not nothing Obama is hiding. Even when he's in United States.
Yeah.
And talking and town hall meeting, he take off his jacket, you know.
You know, no jacket.
Yeah, jacket and roll up his shorts, yeah.
No, I have jacket him at all.
Yeah, man. Big up to Obama.
Yeah, man, thank you very much.
Yeah, man, cool.
Good morning, welcome to Straight Up, hello.
Hello, Mr. Small, good morning.
What go on, a share on that?
No, man, Keisha.
Keisha.
What's
no,
good?
Them not that, man. Me kind of jealous, you know, weeks now. All for your birthday, me yell up and play music for you. And you never pass gas for me.
No, man. So I say you don't overtime, you get busy, and you don't know you have to make the little food sometimes.
No, but me hear upon the people who make love or romance for other people.
No, we don't do that publicly.
But I hear you. My ears was at the keyhole.
But guess what, Mr. Small? I left you out because every night I listen to the replay. Ask me anything when you say I can't tell you that. Every night I see up and listen to the replay. Yeah, man.
We're not talking to business in public, man.
But Mr. Small, I have an uncle listen to your program. Right, so respect your program. I say respect you. Rate it up.
Yes.
Rate up, straight up. And today I'm birthday, you know.
Oh, yeah, so him name?
Him name Norman Spence.
Oh, Joe, that's great.
Yeah, man, come from that place named Kilmarnock.
That in St. Mary?
St. Elizabeth. When you go down which part of the place, always a flood out down there, so there are Newmarket.
Oh, Newmarket, yes.
Yeah, it's like about 7 miles away from Newmarket.
Going towards Walderston or which way?
No, man, like, okay, like more like the Hopeton side, going towards a place called Bagford Road.
Yeah.
Or Newark.
Yeah, man. And then,
right,
yeah, Newark.
Yes, that's right.
That towards Westmoreland, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. What name again?
I'm my uncle, you know, and he used to see us, you know.
What name again?
Norman Spence.
Okay.
Yes, man. Alright, Mr. Small, me will touch on something, you know, you see?
Yeah.
Alright. A couple weeks ago, something from out of the United States, people from Jamaica, Suriname, couple Caribbean countries leave and go away.
Yes.
We go join the ISIS.
Yes.
Mr. Our Minister of Security, we're going to need to be in the paper.
Yeah.
He never quite quarter, he disapprove of it immediately.
Yeah.
But here is it now, it's alleged that them turn back a 17-year-old youth, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That kind of sound weird, though.
Now the youth the youth apparently has grandmother and mother and other relatives live in Netherlands or somewhere.
Yeah.
And the youth apparently have a ticket to go to the Netherlands because I know Suriname connected, I think, with the Netherlands.
Right.
Through that you can get a plane there. So apparently the youth fly go Suriname and then fly into the Netherlands. But the Jamaican authorities alert the Suriname authorities on the basis that them find out them flying that direction. And because a lot of people who go into Turkey and some of them other places, them go through the Netherlands. And maybe because of that reason, or I don't know if them have more information. That's why them take him phone for check if him been phoning some ISIS people and them ISIS are phone him. So up to now we don't know whether them have more information or if it's just suspicion.
Yes.
And being safe rather than sorry.
Yes.
But I know you have something else to say about it.
Well, me hope that was suspicion because the thing about it, where technology is concerned, America is real vast at it, very quick on it. They spend a lot of money to improve technology every second.
Yeah.
And if you have sent an email to anybody in Jamaica, America know everything where you do right.
I know that long time.
You understand what I say? So I don't know, but me just say I hope it's just a thing where you try to be safe. You understand? Because when I really want to put Jamaica on a negative spotlight, you understand what I'm saying?
But you know that from all around the world, Christian fundamentalists, Jewish fundamentalists, Islamic fundamentalists, all kind of fundamentalists are recruiting people from all around the world that have a world network.
Yes.
So it is possible, but we don't know, because sometimes people go overboard to please the boss, you know.
Yes.
And sometimes it's really factual. So let us find out more about this youth, about the connection, this, that, and the other.
Mr. Small, the fire will start out to others. How would the fire they start? I don't want to dump again fire there.
As I come on the road this morning, I see it and I take a picture of it. And the way it's jet black, I feel like the tire them itself, them light.
Oh.
Them say Riverton, I believe. No, Riverton?
No. Really know me. They must say one place behind one place. Not you want to call it behind part there.
Behind cow.
Bless up yourself. I bless up to Mr. Wilson. I like him, you know.
Oh, that's why you not call me so long. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, man, I like Wilson, man. Bless him up.
Yes, man.
Respect.
Yes, and before we go further, I want to hail a young man in America living in Queens, New York. Him and his mother named Elaine Smith. She listened from Maine up in New England. She listened to the program from Maine in New England. She said her son named Marcus Marley. Him listen from Queens every day. Well, thank you very much. Straight up. Morning, welcome. Straight up.
Well, Jerry, pleasant good morning to you and the crew.
Wagwan.
Yeah, man. Jerry.
Yeah.
As you talk about the experience you had around Hope Garden there.
Yes,
that was one of the secrets with the China deal thing.
Yes, man, one of the many.
One of the many secrets.
Yeah, them get China.
Well, the president did address something like that, similar to that in his town hall meeting. I don't
know if you was
listening when them said to the person who asked the question about the China taking over from the U.S.
Yes, yes.
He explained that it's not a problem as long as the government
level with the people.
You know?
Level with the people.
Yeah, I met them know. So this is a part of the secret.
Secret deal. Whole heap of Jamaica get given, and whole heap of Jamaica interest get given all of foreign.
Quietly.
Yeah, and that's why Imani Duncan is coming here this morning.
Okay, so defend her participation.
No, she is one of the vigilant people.
Okay. And Jerry.
Yeah?
In regards to the family down by the country there, I think it's Clarendon, where the 3-year-old, it is alleged that the 3-year-old shot his mother.
Yeah.
My condolences to them. But as what you're saying now, Jerry,
yeah.
It is alleged, you know, so, you know, you never can tell, because things happen in such mysterious ways at times that you have to wonder.
Yes,
but
and
you can imagine, you say you protect your family, and it's so careless. In that sense, but I come down too hard, Panama. But you have to reason out them things, Jerry.
No, you are exposing. You are instead of protecting your family, you are exposing them.
Yeah, but I was shocked when I hear it because I said a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, but there's more to
investigate. All right, listen here now. A person who leave that 3-year-old or even a 10-year-old in a car with the engine running. And so them gone in a shop and gone in a gas station office and all them things. They are exposing their family to danger. A person who is driving reckless with him family in him car is exposing him family in a wicked way just through him ego.
True.
And people must take responsibility. What are you talking about?
Yeah, a quick point, Jerry, because I know me soon.
Go on, man.
Have to move. One quick point. The whole fact of this debt write-off thing. I know the debt write-off our problem as well the president say, you know. It's how you spend your money, or your
exactly.
It's who spending the money, you know.
Exactly.
Because you could have write-off little more from a man still have the chance of wasting the money. Him go and waste it.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Support it, man. Respect to you and the crew.
Yeah, because him dare not waste the American people money, you know.
You better believe that.
Oh.
You better believe that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Next one. Good morning. Welcome. Straight up. Hello.
Jerry.
Welcome.
Sometimes I want to really take it to Obama, but this is because of what he said at the town hall meeting.
Yeah.
He tried to teach us some sense. Even though the same China issue then.
Yeah.
Right? It's like he's telling us clearly that the government is not leveling with us.
Yeah.
They are dealing in secret deals.
Yeah.
And it's only when it come out. You remember what happened in the highway over Portmore?
Yeah, yeah.
You remember it's when all the arrangements, when you sign and sell out the people of Jamaica by signing an agreement where we have to wait for 36 years.
Yes.
Why didn't you even sit down to the president and say, look here, we understand, you know, you're spending your money, but we can't be left in the cold zone.
Yeah.
We will take a 10%.
Not even left in the cold, left in the dark.
We will take a 10%.
Yeah.
If they did arrange with that group and said, give us 10% and you get a 90%, we might have been better with that 10%.
Yeah.
And plus the tax that we get, we could do a lot of things with that. Because they make millions of dollars. Right? They might have even make back their money already. 36 years is draining your country. And all it is that has been signed with China now, that is all an exchange with the secret deal. It's not helping us, Jerry.
No, we know that.
Before I go in, I hear you mention what the politician this morning, and you pick up some of them. Well, look here. You see, over the years, I pick up Mr. Manley. Because his judgment might be at fault from time to time, but none of these people have shown any love for the people like Mr. Manley. Mr. Manley have done so much good for this country. He has helped a lot of us as youth coming up. My survival now depends on what Mr. Manley did. In those years, have these people show any interest in helping the youth to really learn something so they can help themselves in later years?
I couldn't say so, sir. But thank you very much, yeah?
You take care.
Let's go for a break, straight. Morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello?
Once a week again.
Wagwan.
Yeah, man. Once a week we chat to you.
Once a week, I say?
I'm going to bring you down to that.
Bring me down to that?
No,
Go ahead, please.
I said I'm going to bring it down to that.
Okay.
Now, you remember the song, Hold Them?
Left and right.
Left and right. And so everybody talk about the whoever, and I said, but nobody talk about the Honorable Edward Yaga.
Yeah.
No, everybody talk about Obama, and nobody talk about the government and the people who invited him here.
Nobody talking about the government?
And yes, and the people who stand out and invited the man here.
Everybody we're talking is acknowledging that the government invited him here to strengthen them.
Me no hear
you don't hear, you're listening with one ear.
No, but if they didn't do it, then do it in a derogative way like what you say now.
Like what me saying?
Yeah, said they didn't do it to strengthen
them. What?
Said that the government do it to strengthen themselves.
That's derogatory?
I mean, you put some connotation to it, right?
No, but what happened is that they give away their asset. They give away our assets. And we have to be sitting through our ribs.
Oh, you're talking about.
You ever see somebody do have no asset, them give away them asset and have
you
sit on them ribs?
You are talking Bazanga. You know what is Bazanga? Hello?
Explain.
It's alright. When I finish, I will tell you because you cut me off. Anyway.
I'm not a sphincter, so I couldn't cut you off. It take a sphincter to cut you off.
You're talking Bazanga, man.
It take a sphincter to cut you off.
Yeah, man. Who hold them? Is it somebody? Because Obama did not come here by himself. He has to be invited.
And what?
Nobody talk about that.
And what?
The person who invited him.
So all right, you tell me what is the right take on the person who invited him.
All right, you have brain and you think about it.
No, man, you tell me about the person who invited him.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me move along, Jerry. I last week Wednesday.
Yeah.
I read a part in Gilman where you're gonna thump down some music up the man. I wish it was in Mandeville Bay.
So who is going what?
Say you.
I'm going.
Perform and put on some music up there, man.
Up where?
Some place. You say you was along the guy who some old hits and things like that.
Some place?
Listen, man.
I hear some thump down.
Were you there, sir?
No, I hear some thump. I hear some thump down music.
No, so you was not there at the thing where them said some people, some famous people who know about the old music.
Yes.
Old time. Were you there?
No, if you don't see me, look for me in the whirlwind.
Listen, man. What do you? So we said that's good, man, and I wish it was in Mandeville so I get me tip off by the old time music then.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
But you see, you give away our assets in Mandeville and we having to be sitting through our ribs.
Anyway, you know when you talk, you see?
Yeah.
It's like one time I was talking to Perkins, you know, and when we talk to Perkins is like Cameron.
Yeah.
Me say it's a good thing to be then. I'm not a man who is quick to anger. It's not a slam on the phone for you.
Wow.
But Perkins, when he was there, Cameron.
Oh.
And he said, well, I hear this, him. Well, it's not everything me serious about it, you know.
Yeah.
Just like you know. So we have to when you carry on somebody, we don't go have it again. So we're going to flow with the wind and make you go and talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you take care of yourself.
Cool, no?
Cool, man.
Morning, welcome. Straight up. Good morning. Next call. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up. Hello? Good morning.
Morning, Jerry. How are you doing?
Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Jimmy here, man. You told me to call you back.
Oh, yes, Monday morning.
Good
Yeah.
morning. How are you doing?
Fine, fine.
Good. We're talking about English.
Yes, sir.
And its usefulness in helping us get through science and technology and mathematics.
Yeah, English as a technical language.
As a technical language.
And
yes.
Patois is not yet a technical language.
Not yet. It is growing, you know.
Yeah.
It may reach there one day. I suspect, like every other language that is alive.
Yeah.
As I gave it a reference, I said Greek, because Greek has continued growing. People in Greece learn mathematics and science in Greek.
Yeah, yeah.
But Latin is dead.
Yeah.
So therefore, nuclear physics could not be explained in Latin.
Yes. And Pythagoras and them Greek guy.
Right. Yes.
I learn them much from the Arab and the African, you know.
Yes.
And even algebra is Arab name, I believe.
But in fact, one of the amazing things that is perhaps a mystery in the world is that several, if you even just refer to Pythagoras, which really wasn't his work, you know.
Yeah.
He revived it. It was Euclid's work.
Yes, and Euclid get it from the Arab and the African.
200 years before.
Yeah,
and let me just say, the same principle of that mathematics is found at consistent time frames even before that in China.
Yes.
In many parts of Africa.
Yeah.
In particular Central Africa.
Yeah.
And also in the Middle East.
Yes, yes.
So we really have to look at, when we're setting a strategy, that we'd like our young people to emerge in the world of science and technology.
Yeah.
That the only language we have at our disposal to teach them that is English.
They're the only mass. The only popular language.
I mean, we could teach them in Spanish, you know.
Yeah, but Spanish is not. But Spanish is not popular.
Jamaicans not speaking that much
yeah.
Spanish.
In other words, Spanish is not popular in Jamaica.
That's correct, and therefore we have to somehow allow them to utilize that language without distracting them. Now, if you and I, you know, Jerry, we're going to write a play to entertain the masses.
Yeah.
Why we would write that in Pato?
Yeah.
The language would be in our native language.
Yeah. Or do it bilingual. In other words, the actors, every other sentence, the actor talk one. Oliver, do it more time on them, you know.
Yes.
Talk one sentence in straight English, then the next one in Patois, and back and forth, and the people are able to follow you.
And he actually sets a very good example of saying how we must be flexible between both of them.
So that's what Obama did when he came in and said, "Greetings, massive.
Yeah.
Wagwan Jamaica," and then once him get you settled there, now him just talking straight English.
That's right. And I think that we must learn from it and not allow ourselves to be distracted. The other thing now, Jerry, with English, which is a secondary point, is that it is very hard for even so-called educated people to bring one another to violence in English, you know.
Yeah.
Jerry, you and I will not get in a fight by abusing one another in English.
No. But not at the volatile level, but in talking in English you can get more scheming and even more deadly.
Oh yes, you can, but it's not going to result in you pulling a gun and me pulling a knife.
No, more stealth.
Yes, stealth, yes. And therefore, if we have a problem in our society in which short and stupid arguments lead to death in a bar over a game of dominoes or something like that, then we must evaluate some way of mitigating that. And I'm suggesting
can we continue after the news?
Sure, man.
Because after the 10 o'clock news, because we have a couple more callers, but remember that they said, remember where you left off. But thank you very much. Let's continue.
Good.
Yes, good morning. Welcome. Straight up, hello.
Morning, Mr. Small.
Welcome, sir.
First on the program.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. A 3-year-old baby
yes, sir.
can have the amount of pressure in their fingers to squeeze the trigger of a gun.
some 3-year-olds have the ability to trigger off some guns. Not all guns, not all 3-year-olds.
I would imagine that gun is a 9mm or some Matic, not a barrel gun.
Yes,
I would imagine.
Yeah, not a revolver.
Then the baby wouldn't, the 3-year-old wouldn't know to keep pressing, try pressing. They don't know that that's the trigger and that's the thing they're supposed to be squeezing.
You have a
so now more like.
Listen, you ever grow a young baby yet?
Yeah.
From before them can talk, sometimes their grip is astounding. And by the time them reach 3 years old, a determined 3-year-old can surprise you in many ways, in physical ways. But I don't just swallow it, you know, but I know it's possible.
Like sticking you with a needle, yes, grab you with a fingernail, but they wouldn't know have this amount of sense to targeting that trigger.
Yes, yes, sir, but he did not deliberately and intelligently shoot him mother, you know. So it was not deliberate and an intended thing. But him have the strength to do it accidentally. Some 3-year-olds with some trigger. But I still don't swallow the story just as easily as that.
That's right. The point I'm making, I don't believe the 3-year-old did the shooting. That's what I'm disputing. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then the superintendent on TV this morning.
Yeah.
She emphasized every time they actually covering up for the fellow police.
That is the usual thing that the government do.
She targets everything to say, well, it's investigating. And she not, I never even hear she said, probably it's hard for the baby to squeeze the trigger. It was that most difficult. She never said.
No. So now, instead of just handling the thing, I didn't see her, but instead of handling the thing moderately, usually any member of this government or any functionary of the state in Jamaica usually proceed to start roll the wicket and lay the ground to get off the fellow government worker.
That's right. And quick to call other people criminal and thief.
Yeah. And quick to shoot and quick on the draw.
Mr. Small, you're doing a great and fine job.
Yeah, but we don't want to judge unfairly.
No.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Bless.
Welcome back. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Small.
Well, go on.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah.
You see, I see President Obama doing what has gone to the Bible I call a godly job.
Yeah.
By giving over the homosexual them to them reprobate mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Secondly,
what you said about the homosexual?
No, got you some people say, him allow homosexuality to be legalized in some state in America.
Oh, I thought you were referring to what he said when he was in Jamaica.
No. So, no, man, what about Jamaican? Because as a Rasta, it is spoken about in my service.
All right, what did he say about them when he was in Jamaica?
No, honestly, I made it, I intentionally didn't even look at the whole thing.
Yeah. All right, listen, we're out of time. Call me back after news, no? You can hold? Can you hold?
No, I call you back.
Please. It's a long hold, but some people can't hold.
Yeah.
10 a.m. headline news.
Good morning. With the latest headlines, I'm Kayla Wright. Head of Communication for the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Emilio Ebanks, says firefighters have been able to make their way to the fire that was earlier reported to have been at the Riverton City dump. However, he says the Fire Brigade has found that it is not at the landfill as they had first reported. The firefighter reported this morning that the fire had restarted at the dump site. However, it is reportedly being confined to an open space where used tires are stored on Westbrook Avenue in Riverton City. The The Spanish Town Police seized one AK-47 assault rifle containing a magazine with 13 7.62 rounds of ammunition in Fraser's content in Spanish Town, St. Catherine last night. Reports are that at about 11:50 last night, police were on patrol in the community when they arrived at a karaoke that was in progress. On their arrival, 3 men were seen running from the scene onto a premises and were chased. The men escaped, and a search of the premises revealed the firearm and ammunition. U.S. officials say they will file an official complaint against Russia's intercept of a U.S. reconnaissance plane. According to the United States European Command, the incident occurred over the Baltic Sea on April 7. U.S. officials say the plane was in international airspace at the time. The Russian Defense Ministry has, however, denied any wrongdoing on the part of its pilots. Russian Major General Igor Konasheknov says the U.S. plane had been steadily moving towards the Russian state border. And those are the stories making the latest headlines. News next at 11 o'clock. Stay tuned. Straight Up with Jerry Small continues. I'm Kayla Wright.
Welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host Jerry Small into the second hour of the program on Straight Up. This is 93 FM, News Talk 93 FM. Every time you talk about Straight Up, you remind the people that it's 93 FM, the University radio station, on the Mona campus of the University of West Indies. And it's News Talk 93 FM, straight up. Text message before phone call. First one. Morning, Bongo. Is it true that Edward Seaga used to jump to Poco? I hear that one time Seaga jumped to Poco and a lot of red ants pull up Michael Manley house. Yeah, Seaga well familiar with all of the workings and one of the most one of the people who has studied Kumina, Pocomania, and all of the indigenous, especially the African-oriented religions and belief in Jamaica. Very big authority upon it. And you hear anything? One time say I go up on the platform, say the Prime Minister and a lady asleep head and tail for them now talk to one another. Say I got no whole thing, but that's not magic. Hearing things and saying things is not no magic. Next one, I am control red dance. I believe a Paul Burke control red dance. Next one, Jerry, do you agree that Obama is a waste man and a puppet? No, in the expression waste man, I never used that expression yet, and I never really think of nobody as waste man yet. It's a mentality, you know, that think of other people as being waste man. And some people who talk of other people as being waste man, they estimate that since that person is a waste man, might as well you waste them also, you know, wasting is an expression to say wipe them out, kill them dead and all them with it. So that's a language of people who think certain kind of way. So it's not one of my usual expression or way of thinking of people. Well, puppet now, I know Obama is just a player in the American system. Him can't change it, but him bring a whole heap of new techniques and things to it. So I don't look upon him as no God in the flesh or no miracle man. But waste man is not one of my concepts really. Next one. Good morning, Bongo. Did you get to what? Did you get to water profile? What kind of profile is it? Did I get to watch profile yesterday? Yes, I did watch Portia Simpson Miller husband. Yes, the Prime Minister husband was on it. He confirmed that the Prime Minister doesn't watch news, plus expresses disgust with the cartoonists that draw them in their bedroom in his shorts. Disgust. I never see it for myself, but a public figure, I don't think it suits a public figure to be that sensitive to be depicted in them bedroom in them shorts. But different people have different sensibility. Next one. Jerry, what is a waste man? Who is a waste man? Well, some people refer to other people who them regard as not being worth anything as being waste. As being waste, you know? Worthy to be eliminated, worthy to be dashed with. Some mildly such out, dash with discard. But some would even go so far as to say, waste him. In other words, wipe him out, assassinate him. People have different stages of talking about waste man. But people who talk that way usually see themselves superior to other people. It's a form of bullying talk, you know. Bully talk where you is a worthwhile person but the other people are waste people. You know, people who see themselves superior and people who say other people inferior. It's the kind of language them employ. Next one. Jerry, what happened to and youths like chronics and things. This is popular young people language. So it's not surprising to hear a young artist using them language. But even like the drop off a pants style. I don't think chronics use the drop off a pants style. I believe him look out against it too. But a lot of the young men will say them are even Rasta and say them are militant. Have some drop off a pants style that more look like his admiration them looking from another male, because females don't really admire this drop off a pants style now. His males take a note of it and take a note of which man pants are drop off and say a real bad man that in the same pants are drop off. Or a old prisoner that in a tough man. And some man even kind of fall in love with the tough image there and say, boy, I want to be like that guy. Or if I don't be like that guy, I want to be next to that guy. And two of them find themselves in love. Next one. Jerry, what happened today to Mr. What? Mr. Who of the PNP? A Burke? Come look and tell me, please. What happened? Mr. Who? What happened to Mr. Burrell of the PNP? Can you update me about the progress? I wish Burrell not PNP again. Burrell. I remember that one there. Because Captain Burrell used to be a labor right. I don't know if he's a PNP now. Well, I must have some different Burrell. Next one. Morning, Jerry. Of the PNP or the PPP? Next one. Morning, Jerry. You may be talking in vain. The Jamaican massive do not know what priority is. Priority is money for one person. Listen to some of those so-called well-to-do intellectuals. Well, that's quite true. Next one. Good morning, Bongo Jerry. Are you one of the person the Prime Minister's husband was referring to in profile yesterday, who is harshly criticizing the Prime Minister? I might well be. I don't know. I didn't hear him. I want to call it P-side. And if I am one, it's nothing to me. I'm not saying anything to hurt nobody. I just talk what is my opinion. And I talk favorable things about her, and I talk things that I don't favor about her either. So if him want to think that I don't know. If him even says I wouldn't even carry no feelings to him for that. Because when people criticize, they don't mean to them is against you. So same like how it applies to me. So it applies to him. Him could be even look out against it. That don't mean he's really against me personally. And maybe him is too. Don't matter to me. I don't need to be invited to no cocktail, nor no Governor General balls. So it don't matter to me. Next one. Good morning, sir. Can you kindly play one draw? One what? One what? Can you play the tune? What? I need to see this. You have to write more plain, look up more plain, miss. Or you write like a doctor now. Can you play what? Time ago to yard. Oh, by Larry Lakin. Maybe not today. Time ago, brother Ram Goat. Baba there. My time ago to yard. No, you have a next one named Brother Ram Goat too. Baba kill me goat. The two of them similar. Next one. Jerry went, which Prime Minister established the HARD program? I believe it was Seaga, you know. I believe it's Seaga. Next one. Jerry, we have a new breed of Jamaican, basically idiots. My father would keep his gun in a safe place, yes. But if you want to keep it handy, keeping it in a safe place and you're safe is not that handy. If you want to keep it handy for defense in case something happens in the night, you can keep it handy without it being and it's still child-proof. You must can get a holster that can lock. You have a holster that can lock, you know, that a child would have to be very dexterous and all kind of thing to open it. And the holster that can lock can open in a jiffy too. So if you really need it, it can open in a less than 10 seconds. And you have it handy. So it don't have to be in a safe. And yes, it's good for it to be in a safe. But it can also be handy and still safe. There's no excuses about what happened. Whether it's a civilian or a police. We're not looking against the police. Civilian do it too. Both civilian with licensed firearm and civilian with unlicensed firearm do the same foolishness too. Some because them just love. To them is like a sexual symbol if you have them going right there. So. And sometimes them start quarrel and all of a sudden they go and turn upon people inside of the house instead of the burglar. Next one. Bongo, you are contradicting yourself. You said that you have gay friend, but you also are not comfortable with gay people. Don't, you try to put word on my mouth. Also, you deny that Jamaican homophobic. Make up your mind. You make up your mind and open your ears and clean your ears. I am not comfortable in the company are pure gay. But if I am in a situation whether I work out a road or anyway, and some people them they are homosexual and it's a mixture of people, that not nothing to me. But I tell you the truth, I'm not comfortable in a company and me when I'm pure gay. And it not trouble me. It not trouble me. I have schoolmates, all kind of different people where me know, where me suspect say them are homosexual, both male and female. It don't trouble me. But I don't confine myself to them company. And I don't see them less than other human being, but I don't want them come try dominate me. Them matter of fact, they may not dominate me and my company. They may not do so. And there are some of us who know that they may not dominate Jamaica while we are here. And if them come to dominate Jamaica like Lot, we might just know it's the time to move, because there's a time to move. Yes, there is. And you dare not try to stop we. Next one, I heard O'Hara and Hyde will not be allowed to take part in the pen relay. Well, not surprising, yes, because they are professionals. They are professional, and pen relay don't tolerate professionalism in their competition. Well, thank you very much. Let's get to the telephone. Welcome straight up.
Hi, Jerry. Me back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. We're just finishing our conversation on English.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I wanted to just mention is that the Ministry of Education is obviously paying some attention to this, the usefulness of English.
Yeah.
And I noticed that at the GSAT and those levels, there's actually some amount of testing in an oral format for understanding of English.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to groom our children to move forward in that regard, then we have to be cognizant of what will help them. Now, in schools, I believe we should be talking about delivering the classes in English so as to give everybody an equal chance. There are some children going to school who hear English spoken in their home every day.
Yeah.
There are other children who go to school at the other extreme who never hear English. And if we can accept the logic that many of the advanced subjects that the children are required to comprehend are only deliverable at the present time in English, then we are discriminating against those who do not have English as their everyday diet. And I think that it is something parents, we all need to think about. Teachers, we need to think about it, because it is not fair to those whose natural environment is not giving them that benefit every day. And we, who are adults, must look at our responsibility in ensuring that everybody has an equal opportunity in this country.
Yeah, man, listen. In the world, in the modern world, in the old world, people used to be restricted in their contact with other people by travel that can take place on animal, horseback or camelback and so on. Afterwards, the world widened that you can take place. You can travel and contact can take place through motorized travel and electronics, and the world get wider and wider and more contact. In the modern world, I believe every country in the world, no matter how small it is, should provide instruction in an international language. In other words, apart from them native language, I believe they should equip their people with an international language that is used fairly widely in the world. It so happens that most of the international languages are of European development. All languages are of old world origin, Africa, Asia. All languages come from those basic languages, Africa, Asia. But over the last few thousand years, some languages have become Europeanized and become complete, almost unrecognizable from the original language. Unfortunately, most of the modern international languages are European origin. A few of the older languages like Arabic and Swahili, and a very few, not even Swahili so much. It is unfortunately that the languages of the Africans and Asians are not that much international. But for the time being, it is, as you say, it is practical for modern countries to supply them citizens with the ability to use some international language.
Yes. And actually it swings both ways if we're talking about moving from science towards literature.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere a few months ago, I believe it may have been on the BBC, that there is an international competition for the 500th anniversary of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
For people across the world.
Yeah.
To put on a Shakespeare play in their natural native language. And I really haven't heard anything about this in Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
Because I could imagine that there are a few Shakespeare, anyone that Shakespeare's played could be made quite exciting.
Yeah.
In Pato.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man, but I haven't heard anybody wanting to take up that challenge.
All right, you have raised it, and we can come back to it on time to time.
Thanks very much, Jerry.
Thank you very much, Jimmy.
Good.
We have one more call before we join Miss Imani, Duncan, Pryce, Senator. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Good morning, Jerry.
Welcome, ma'am. How are you doing, ma'am?
Go on.
Hello? Yes, ma'am?
I said, well, go on.
Yes, man. Heal up, Straight Up Massive.
Listen, I want to...
How are you doing?
I'm good enough. I want to comment on something. I was watching Profile yesterday, and I'm sure you watched Profile too.
Yes, ma'am.
I was very impressed listening to Mr. Miller, Prime Minister's husband.
Yeah.
Because at a time like this, when people say politicians scrape and scrape and scrape, it was interesting to hear Mr. Miller saying that he takes care of his bills in his home.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And that is instructive for a lot of men in Jamaica.
Yeah,
They
of
need
course.
to take care of their homes and take care of their wives and families.
Yes.
Yes.
Regardless of whether them wife earning more than them.
That is true. And another thing that impressed me, he said they really don't go to bed angry.
Great.
Even if he's peeved with something she did or said.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that is instructive because, Lord, the politicians really take a beating and scratching from the public. So it was good to see and hear another side.
Yeah.
And it is something to emulate too, not true?
Yes, man. Good with.
Yes.
One thing, I know that she and Siaga are good friends.
Yes.
And that means you would never hear Siaga say, boy, I'm here say, the Prime Minister and her husband are sleep head and toe, like in the 70s and 80s.
How you would know?
No, man, rumor did get out, say Jamaica was asleep head and toe, and some people will never leave that alone, them carry it on the platform.
Oh.
A head and toe just means that them vex you a little while,
Oh.
More time if they head and toe make contact when you take a stock. Them make 18 or 88.
Look here. When we can pass with people, I know that them sleeping head and toe.
Yeah.
Let's hope that our own is head and head.
That's a style. You can make 88, and some people make 69.
Look here, man, you're into figures too much.
Well, it figures.
You're into figures.
As I was saying earlier, the nice thing about virginity is that when one door open, when one door closes, another open.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah, man, it's refreshing to hear Harold Miller.
I think so. And what he said, he thinks his purpose here is to take care of her.
Yeah.
And when she comes home, she has the easiest time in the world.
Yeah. Philip play a great role in Elizabeth life. I know no royalty, but him play a good role. And
what kind?
Prince Philip.
Really? What kind?
No, man, him carry all the works and him give advice and things over the years from them a youth.
Oh.
And them related, the whole of them are royalty.
Oh.
So they make cousin soup.
Family?
Yeah, man, they make cousin soup and I agree with them.
Yeah, well, it don't agree with everybody.
No.
We don't support that.
What? Them are distant relatives. Then you wouldn't fornicate with your 17th cousin.
I don't have one.
Well, all right. When you find one, I just tease him, man. But you are so insightful. If you are so insightful. Some comments that you made the other morning is even more insightful than you realize.
Which one? The other day?
You made some comments about my preparation.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I like when you're prepared.
Yes. And me and your cousin.
Are you?
Yes.
17th?
Yes. Well, we're not prepared to to disclose that. Thank you very much, yeah, ma'am.
Okay, take care.
Yes, ma'am. We have Miss Imani Duncan there. Senator Imani Duncan, welcome her. Good morning. Do we have her? Good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
Morning. Is that Senator Imani Duncan?
Duncan Pryce, yes.
Duncan Pryce, yes, man. Correct. Stand corrected because just as we were talking about Errol Miller.
And husbands, yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. It is refreshing to I'm glad to have you. And I did make some comment because that's why I like to watch the visuals. If I can't be in the room, it's very good to watch the visuals rather than just hear the audio of things that happen.
Right.
And you see not only the body chemistry but the chemical reaction. And it was very instructive when Obama, even before what different things that he said, you are a very animated person. And if you're not even speaking, you send messages and you show some of what you receive, but you don't give away everything. And especially when he said that China is good and contact is good and everything, but if you're not getting the full, not even full, but a reasonable disclosure from your government about the implications and so on, that could be questionable and so on. I saw your a kind of concurrence with you, but not a treacherous concurrence where you would be betraying your own party and saying your party is not good, but a concern as a watchdog. And I'm talking about dog in the derogatory way. Yeah. Watchdog that senators, citizens, the press play, even when your side is playing, you still want to play them play clean.
Yes.
So so I know that you heard that I made some comments, but you weren't sure. But it was not offensive at all.
Not at all. No, and the point you make about watchdogs, because people sometimes don't really have a full understanding of how our government system is supposed to work. It doesn't always work the way it's supposed to work, but it's set up properly.
Yeah. Could you speak up a little more, because that's why I was hoping you'd come in the studio, but we're very glad to have you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. I just said the Senate as a watchdog.
So if you think about it, right, the Jamaican government system, the bicameral parliament, there's two houses.
Two chambers, yes.
And there's the upper house. The upper house is the Senate and lower house is the MPs, the elected.
Yeah.
And typically, the executive, that is the arm of government.
Yeah, that administrative.
That's the prime minister, the cabinet, etc. Primarily comes from the lower house, the elected representatives.
Yeah.
And a few from the Senate.
Yeah, they set policy primarily.
Exactly. And so how it's supposed to work is that, unlike what other people think, which is why the issue that came up a few weeks and months ago with the leader of the opposition was a problem.
Yes, the ability or authority to dismiss people, which he does not have.
Exactly, because once you are appointed as senator, you're appointed for the period of time, and you are supposed to be objective.
Yes, exactly.
Though you're part of a party, you're looking at the national interest.
As against being bound.
Just to the constituency and being bound by the particular...
By some party whip.
Right.
Yes.
So that was when FW, Norman Manley, and the team had put together the Constitution. That's what they envisioned.
Yeah.
Right? So, that being said, no. I am a comrade. I obviously, I'm a comrade. I believe in progressive policies. I believe in development of people, etc.
Yeah.
But when President Obama spoke about FDI, so China is the recent big thing, right? But Jamaica has always had foreign direct investment of different types.
Has always had what?
Has always had foreign direct investment of different types. From
different quarters.
Different quarters. And we have not always benefited from that investment.
Yes.
And one of the things is that when you have a very large power coming into your country, to the region, you want to make sure, yes, you don't have the upper hand because you are a developing country.
Yeah.
But you do want to make sure that you understand all the trade-offs.
Yeah.
And that if there are in fact negative trade-offs, you're being compensated appropriately.
Yeah.
So you can invest to counter any kind of negative.
May I put it this way? You want to welcome as many cruise ships into your cruise ship harbor as possible.
Right.
But you don't want them to come there just offloading their sewage and their waste.
Right.
And leaving, only allowing the passengers to circulate for 2 hours and don't spend all the money, and leaving without buying anything. They would dump in the waste, but they wouldn't even buy no water from the fresh water.
You want to make sure all the linkages are there, and that they're investing in environmental levies.
Yes.
So you can keep your water clean.
Yes.
So that is where, for me,
And because we don't have a history in this country, not just the PNP, it's in our government, right? History of full disclosure.
Yes.
And I understand it's hard when you're negotiating with big contracts and big investments.
Yeah, you can't reveal everything.
Because you want to make sure you have and negotiate properly.
Yeah.
But as a young Jamaican, I have my own concerns. I do trust that Minister Omar Davies and others who are leading the front, like Gordon Shirley, are doing their best, but you always have to wonder, you know?
Yeah.
And so we always have to be on our toes, not to criticize, to be destructive, but to make sure we're getting constructive results.
Yes, otherwise we would be playing football and say, we trust the gentleman that nobody is going to foul, nobody is going to hand the ball, so let's have no linesmen and no referee because we are all decent people and
And of course we assume the best behavior all the time.
Yeah, no.
And it doesn't happen. So when you saw my facial reaction on Thursday, it was because I agree. No matter whether it's China or America, as the president said, because America themselves are not all clean, right?
No.
I mean, let's get real.
Yes.
People come for a reason. Let's be sure we get better at negotiating.
Yes, yes.
Better as Jamaicans at seeing the loophole.
Yeah, may I ask us to take a break? Just a minute. Senator Imani Duncan is our guest, so we're going to take a break. Straight up. Welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. We have the pleasure of the company and opinion of Senator Imani Duncan Pryce, who was one of the, matter of fact, one of the platform guests at the youth forum there, where Obama had the highlight. Nobody can dispute that this was the highlight of his stay in Jamaica because of the openness, and we were able to see him as a person at length, more than about 2 hours at length. And Senator Duncan Pryce, you know, she betrayed something, you know, she betrayed a kind of independence when it was obvious that she was approving of the kind of scrutiny that he was recommending, self-scrutiny too. And this is a part of the whole system, effective system when it works, of separation of powers, separation of duties of different branches and departments of the state apparatus of any country, where you are responsible to look out for different things, and you have backup fielders in case the one in front fumble and so on. And I don't believe, Senator Imani Duncan, that you are comfortable in tandem with someone or people who can't stand up to scrutiny.
No, I'm not. No, I am not, for sure. The point, you see, and by the way, Jerry, your own view of life, when you use the word betray my feelings, not betray.
Not in a bad sense. Not in a bad sense. When I say betray, Obama betrayed his sensitivity when he pointed out the lady there, lesbian lady in the audience, rather than point out a male homosexual. Is sensitive to the fact that in Jamaica is not the best, it wouldn't be the wisest thing to point. So you betray sensitivity, which is a good quality, and your good qualities can be betrayed.
I guess nothing is the word betrayed has certain negative connotation.
Yeah, but yes.
Obama showed his heightened sensibility and emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
No, say the man, nothing was arbitrary in what he said.
Yeah.
Any of his statements. Like somebody said to me, well, you know, Imani, he asked a short question, but he gave very long answers. I said because every answer was a teaching moment.
Yeah.
He had young leaders from primarily across Jamaica, but across the region.
Yeah.
Everything was an issue to be explored wider than just the question asked.
Yes.
What's your point about the scrutiny?
And he,
Go ahead, sorry.
And he was very comfortable with prolonged questioning because he has thought about these things. Furthermore, he trusts his communication skills, that he won't say something that is opposite of what he really meant to say.
But Jerry, also, you said you're watching it, right?
Yeah.
There was an energy in the room and a receptivity and a positivity.
Yes.
And I think when he was watching the last couple months, about last 6 to 8 months or so, he has not. To me, this was the most relaxed he has seemed in a very long time.
Yeah.
Most flowing in his communication.
Yeah.
In a long time, because he's been under attack in his own home country where he's president.
Yes.
And there he's more guarded, more shielded. And it reminded me, I said, what if our leaders, what if we get to a point in our politics in Jamaica where our young people, young leaders, so trust the intention.
Yeah.
Not every action, because not Obama's every action is not perfect. That's
No.
very clear, right? I don't agree with every single thing he does, but his intention, I think, is positive, and that's why people were so open.
Yeah.
And he fed into that energy in a very positive way, and it was a genuine dialogue.
Yeah.
And he could stand up to the scrutiny.
Yes.
You know, and that was very important. And I think what was great for me was that him saying to young people that, enough of this talk, and we complain a lot in Jamaica, and maybe that's a world thing, but I live in Jamaica, so I'll talk about my country.
Yeah.
If nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah. And power, and so does power.
Exactly. And so speaking truth to power is important.
Yeah.
All the time. Through different means, through social media, but also getting into coming to the committee meetings at Parliament, have them see young people's faces. So what unfortunate right now, people think young person in Jamaica are individualistic and don't care about the nation.
Yeah.
That's not true. Okay, I don't think it's...
Yeah. No, it's not surprising to me, and I'm not doing it because you're here. It's not surprising to me because you were brought up by people, even more particularly DK Duncan, who had them principles and are also very loyal to him party, so much so that they couldn't trust him to even one of the major things of being responsible for the mobilization, a ministry of mobilization in a highly tense time. So you must know how much the party and the leader of the party know that them couldn't trust him to a sensitive thing like that.
Right.
And at the same time, he was not subject to being muzzled when him disagree with even the leader. Portia Simpson Miller herself is reputed to have displayed some of these qualities that for a while she refused to kowtow to Michael Manley because he had shown a little slight disrespect for her. And you have to respect people. He and others have been forced to respect people who might seem to be subordinates. But if you slip, some of these people will not allow you to get away with it. Not because of them ego, but because them have some principles. So, being brought up in a household and in a tradition like that now, it wouldn't be surprising that you might express these a certain objectivity. What do you think of the concept or the idea that such and such a person's integrity is so great that they are above question? I believe that the more your integrity is great, that is when you can face question. But
That's exactly what it is.
But some people claim say you are above question.
No, and in fact, I honestly believe that the higher and higher that you get in society in terms of public leadership, is the more accountable you have to be.
Exactly so.
So it is with higher responsibilities, higher accountability.
Yes.
Of course, we have to ask questions in a respectful manner.
Yes.
Sometimes we don't do that.
Yeah.
But we must ask anyway.
Yeah.
You know? And if there are issues or concerns, raise them.
Yeah.
But what I would love, you see, Jerry, is if we could do these things, and I'm not saying everybody should become a comrade, okay? That is not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We could do these things in a way that would try to advance our collective purpose.
Yeah.
I feel sometimes questions are asked or things are raised just to tear down. You know what I mean? And that is where we have to balance ourselves individually to make sure that it's for a purpose. So even like with Obama and such, we double the efforts to make sure every single dollar coming in. We talk about having joined up government and linkages to FDI, foreign direct investment, and benefit Jamaicans in a real way and a sustained way. We'll have to now get serious about that again. Because if the Chinese leave, what will we be left with?
Yeah.
Passing the road. Will we have better, more trained employees, a better workforce? We have other investments, and the road is a very important infrastructure. Even if they do leave, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. We have a highway that can enable economic flow and transport of goods and people and so forth. But we want to make sure we get more, we can maximize, you know?
Yeah.
And so this is just how do we have a healthy democracy? By questioning things, asking the right questions, and pushing forward. And not just assuming everybody is working in the best interest, but really pushing forward collectively for a positive outcome. And that was why I was inspired on Thursday. You know?
Yeah.
To continue with the independent thought and the questioning, but also to make sure that we push forward, because in Jamaica when you see the young people, the other young leaders in the room, I think there's so much positivity in this place. There's so much possibility. We must try and get this right.
Yeah. Now, what is your impression of the young people of Jamaica up to, say, 40 years old, even 45?
Including myself?
Yes? Yes, I know. What is your impression of the, what is your impression of the attitude of the young people about the desirability and the possibility of minimizing corruption, which won't minimize night won't come overnight? What do you think is the attitude and hopefulness, or maybe an attitude that it is not that relevant one way or another? What do you think is the attitude? Because any growth in standards, any heightening in standards in a country is going to depend on what the young people who are already mature attitude is, because a 60-year-old and a 70-year-old not going to be able to carry this thing so far. It's going to take at least 30 years.
Really make a change.
Yeah.
Well, if you recall from the when you're watching the town hall with the young leaders Thursday, one of the points that Obama raised in terms of our country's development, apart from investing in early childhood education, for better nation, better people, etc., more equipped people, was corruption and transparency. With that, and the response from the audience was very strong. And surveys as well tell you that people are tired of it. You know, it is so nebulous in our country, nebulous meaning all over the place. The problem I have is that
cloudy.
You can't see it sometimes. So the sense of what is right and what is wrong seems to be blurred. You know, the challenge I have is that though the room responded so strongly to the comments on Thursday about the corruption and the need for transparency, I am not sure people we all see how we contribute to that. Meaning, are we paying our taxes? Right? Are we, when a policeman stops us and him give you a look or a ticket and he can make some money? That's a part of the problem, you know. When a person at the driver's license, you know, to get through and things, look at you, and you won't get your license, and you pay your money.
Look here, I wonder if you know, say, I read my mind almost exactly.
For real?
It's these 2 or 3 things I was going itemize to, you know, this kind of thing.
No, but that's the thing. So it's not only about every act of corruption. There are 2 parties involved.
And these officers that you come in contact with, whether it's a tax officer, a police officer, somebody inside a firm who go and get a jump in the line for hours, it's young people, you know.
That's the point.
It's mostly young people, but they have been broken into these things. They have been coached into these things by people my age, you know.
Right. So how then do we as young people recognize it doesn't have to be that way, and if we play that game, the entire country is going to just spiral into pure chaos. You know what I mean? And then what happens when you do that now is not a level playing field. Only the man who have a little money will get through. Not everybody will get through. And that's not what the country is for. It's about everybody who has an ability, who has a desire, who has a drive, can get through. You know? And so that my thing is that I'm not absolving politicians and senior officers from putting in place better structures that are more efficient, that are more transparent and are fairer. I'm not saying that we as leaders in the political realm and government realm are not also responsible with a better framework in place, but the entire society of Jamaica, we actually all make a difference, you know? And so my only hope is that kind of response we saw on Thursday around corruption and the need for more transparency, reducing corruption and increasing transparency, is that put themselves in it. And if I don't take on that, and I actually report it, then I can make a difference.
Can I take one more break and have a few more minutes with you? Let's go for a break, straight. Welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. Back here with you, Senator Imani, Duncan, Pryce.
Yes,
hello?
Sir.
Yes, ma'am. Now, like with the age of legality of sexual consent, which is 16 years old, so it is, you have an age of legality for political discretion. So therefore, somebody who is under 18 is not entrusted with the authority to elect a government.
Right.
And that is an indication that
maturity.
That's an indication that should influence our discretion at how we use and involve such people in sexual grooming. In other words, of course sexual education is supposed to take place even before preteen. Education, but not grooming. So it is political education should take place from young, civics and all these things, but not grooming in the sense of using, babies, 5-year-old, 10-year-old and so on. Now, if you have children and you are running for an elected seat as against senator, it would be quite in order for your family to appear with you.
Right.
And for some time for even your children to give them opinions. I think mommy would be very good for you to elect and so on. But for a 5 and a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old to be used by a political party to carry placard or to wear them shirt and thing, you don't think we should respect that part of them adolescence turning into an adult? Educate them but not be using them that way.
No, I agree. And the thing is, I'm not sure if people in the political directory say let's use children up necessarily.
Yeah.
But of course, all part of a system.
Yeah.
So if we're seeing it, I think we have a responsibility to say, look, to the mother or the father who may have given their child,
Yeah.
And that child up until age 18, let's be very clear about it.
Yes.
That's what the law talks about children.
Yes.
Okay, notwithstanding the age of sex or consent for sex.
Yeah.
That if you see a child and think that you said, look, I'm happy that you have a comrade family or a labor right family or whatever, that's great, but let's not, while you may want to immerse your child in the philosophy of normal manly, etc.
Yes.
Let's not necessarily put them out there,
Yeah.
like that. So I think it's about the parenting.
Yes.
And I think that's where you have to work with parents to make sure that, you support them while you're happy for their support. You also support them in being more effective parents.
Yeah.
But you see a point about the whole either consent, though. You know that there is currently a review going on in Parliament,
Yes.
the Sexual Offences Act, which talks about that particular clause, that part of the law. And I am really hoping that we change the age of consent to 18.
Yeah.
So things are aligned.
Yeah.
If you're assumed to have the maturity level at emotional and mental maturity at age 18 to vote, to be able to assess arguments from political parties and leaders, then make an active decision and vote for a government. The only thing that you kind of line up with your ability to assess whether a man is taking you on seriously or not, love or, you know what I mean?
Yes. Adult responsibility.
Exactly. And because the likely outcome is that child, that is a huge responsibility.
Yes.
So people talk about, well, changing the law will make a difference. It's a start. Because it what is okay for us as a society. And the challenge I have is that most times when you have these situations where the girls are below 16 or even at 16 and they get pregnant, who really suffers? The boys are still in school, Jerry.
What?
The boys are still in school.
Yes.
You understand? So it doesn't work for the country.
Yeah.
So, it is once again, I think apart from the law being changed, what should be changed is that we have to work with our parents now about the sexual
and politicians and public figures, like I said, whether because you were a beauty queen like Lisa and people gravitate towards you, or because of your political attractiveness, politicians and public figures are very influential when they try to influence people in positive things. Just one quick thing before I come to my final point. It disturbed me, and not in a prudish way by any means. It disturbed me very much when I see 3, 4, 5-year-old children, mostly girls, being groomed to enter dirty wine contests on stage in public. I'm not talking about in a neighborhood at a birthday party. On stage, in public, on video. Being urged. They're already being coached and expert already, but the mean birds say, go up the man, cause you're good. And go in a dirty wine contest and all them things there. It disturbed me, and I'm not a prude. Just like how it disturbed me when I see that, when you're pushing picnic in a kiddies carnival to behave like how the adult them behave. This kind of precociousness is not savory at all. Matter of fact, it's not even stomachable.
No, and I'm glad you're saying it. I'm glad you're saying it on your program, because I think you talk about people being influential politicians. I think you, with your program, are sometimes more influential than some politicians. And people think that, you because you come from a particular era, or you're just being, it's a class thing. No. Whether it's Kiddies Carnival, as you say,
or dirty wine.
Or is a dirty wine contest. Let's get real here. Why are we sexualizing our children?
Yeah.
I mean, the media out there is already so. I mean, I'm a mother I have a son, Aiden. He's 4.
Yeah.
My daughter, Marley, he is 2.
Yeah.
And even if the things that people, the comments, I said, don't call her sexy, call her pretty.
Yes.
I mean, I know you mean well.
Yeah.
That is not a good thing for a little girl, because
no.
Big man go hear you.
Exactly.
I can't watch her.
Exactly.
So everything kind of adds up. And so my thing is, as parents, not saying that we're not honoring our African traditions and how we dance and express ourselves, but guess what? At the right age.
Yes. And that's
even then, let me tell you something. I want something very. I know enough people don't like this, but I'm going to say it. I would like us as women and as men who respect women to start to really listen to some of our dancehall music.
Yes.
Because words impact how we think, impact how we see ourselves as people, what is our possibility. And some of them songs that's out, they're completely demeaning.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yeah.
What is the song name? You put up and piss like a dog.
Yes.
Dance to
Walk like
man.
a dog, yes, man.
Come off the ground and stand up tall, man.
Yes.
We're all God.
Yes, man. Yeah. Fun and joke aside.
It's a serious thing for me. So, I mean, you can't get me. I will get started on that one.
Yes.
And I hope. I know the law was changed, but the radio stations are not following the law all the time around what they play. It's just a matter of what do we want for our country.
Yeah. In other words, voluntary censoring. I don't believe in censorship. I believe we should censor. We should censor ourselves. Now, the last thing. Now, Horace Dahl is a very likable person.
Yes, he is.
I get to know him in 1992, when he was one of the few MPs, about 5 of them, who were supporting Portia Sims Miller in the contest to replace Michael Manley as leader of the PNP. Right. My brother was one of the 5 or so, and Bev Manley, although not an MP, she was one of the people helping to groom Portia and DK, your father. And I got to know him them time because my brother was one of the few and things. Very likable person, and very likable guy, and inoffensive. But during the heat of a campaign, I think it was in 2007, he came out and said, and introduced himself as gangster for life. Now, I know him don't mean a little dirty boy that shoot people and kill people,
Did?
Yeah, man, gangster for life. Yeah, man, and beat him chest, man. Was one of the videos there. And he is not that kind of person, but to get political mileage and to relate like when Obama said, greetings massive.
Right.
It was a greetings massive moment. But there are points over which there's fun and joke, and what can be joke to you can be dead to a next person.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying, and that's why I stress that he's a very likable person, and me and him usually greet one another well met and all them kind of way there. And I'm not criticizing and disparaging him. I am saying I criticize even his colleagues even more, that no one, the party leader, the cabinet, the spokesperson, none of them came out and said, no, well, Mr. Dahl is a nice guy like Roger Clark, a very kind of Roger Clark kind of person. But we really do endorse that both gangster for life. And Miley, just dissociate yourself from that. Not like that went on, neither in the JLP or the PNP.
Mm-hmm.
And these kind of things devalue somebody who is quite good and kind of help to sweeten the pill gradually where people look on the youth, them I walk with them pants or drop off of them bottom and thing. Right. It's not a sin, and it's not a crime. But we know that they don't even know where some of these habits coming from. Some prison habits and some same-sex attractability thing, and they don't know, and they take it as a gangster demeanor.
Right.
And little by little, people, You don't think that the political party should say, without trying to crush down their member who is a good election prospect? By the way, I think he lost that election to steal to the JLP candidate in Clarendon. Should say to him, say, no man, cool that man, that I know you man. You know? Because in a country like Jamaica where gangsters them so serious, we could, if Jamaica was a nice like a Puritan country, we could have said that and run like a joke. But in a place like Jamaica, and I'm not trying to pull Horace Daly back in any way, because I'm still an admirable person. And that's why them can use him in a negotiation like labor and civil servant negotiation.
Has the credibility and right.
So, but you know, I think that without hurting him or the party or the political culture, I think that the officials should pay attention to these things and say, no man, we're not in that, man.
So I agree with you. I think, I mean, I didn't know that occurred in 07. What I do think is that when, in fact, political officials of either party don't advise their members to retract and apologize, there's no harm in apologizing, you know. It is nothing wrong with saying, boy, you know, in heat of the moment and excitement, I did say X, Y, Z. But you know what? It's not appropriate because I don't endorse that kind of behavior. No. But if, in fact, it doesn't come from the political leadership around that person, I call on civil society to actually speak up and say, look, we don't want those kind of values perpetuated. And if you're going to stand for leadership in this country, we ask you to withdraw. You know, and this is where I think it takes all sectors to make a society work. An active society, an active media, an active government, active political parties, active churches, to then name things, but be consistent too. You know? So, like with the churches, you name it, but you also name the issue with continuous murders and so forth. You know what I mean? Just to be, so we keep on until we get it right. You know? So I hope that as an organization, as a party, we get better and better and better. But if we don't always succeed, then call us on it. You know, and then I hope that we will respond appropriately. Because as you said, that's not Horace. He was likely caught up in the moment. But that's not really an excuse. It's more a matter of probably what was happening for him.
And I'm sure him not vexed with me when I have mentioned it several times, and I assure him that neither vexed and him knows he's not hurt me. I try hurt it because to me he is a very inoffensive person.
No, and he definitely means well, and I just said the reason why I think despite challenging time in the economy, why we've been able to successfully negotiate. You know, over the years, the last year, with the unions and with,
public sector, trade union, labor, and labor.
Is because his intention, what he stands for, is a good thing, and in fact, is a part of under the Prime Minister, who herself is very clear about standing for certain particular groups, you know, as best as possible. You saying it does not undermine that. You say we want to make sure we're balanced in all ways.
Well, thank you very much. We've gone a little bit over the time, and thank you very much for having been here, Senator Imani, Duncan, Pryce. Straight up. Welcome back to Straight Up. I'm your host, Jerry Small. I'm into the third hour of the program. There was something that I wanted to say. Oh yes, tomorrow, Tuesday, we will be repeating the interview, which I thought was a very good interview, not because of me, but because of Mr. Justice Patrick Robinson. Very good interview, and it was on a public holiday, so therefore a lot of people might not have tuned in. And we're going to repeat it tomorrow. We hope to repeat it tomorrow at 11:15. The interview with Mr. Justice Patrick Robinson that we had a couple of Fridays ago. And get back to some text messages before phone call. Jerry, that baby that them say shot their mother, the baby can talk, 2 or 3 years old, can start going to school. I believe that he can say whether or not he killed his mother. Yeah, but he is distraught and crying, you know, also. Yes, he might be able to say so. And should be able to say so, but, you know. Next one. Obama said people should be free to love who they want to love. Read between the line. Yeah, man, not even between the line. Him come out plain and straight or plain and LGBT. And so the people them have, and you know that. Wait, oh no, I mix me up now. I don't mix me up still. Next one. Good morning, and Jared. Good morning, Jared. Did you notice the colors of the what? Decorations and the backdrop at UWI? similar colors to the Venezuela flag. Coincidence? Yeah, it was kind of striking, it's true. Next one. Jeremiah brother unload his gun as he reaches the door because he has a 5-year-old son, yes. And he might want to protect his family while he's at home. It's going to be kind of inconvenient to be reloading your gun when you hear people are broken in your house. But there must be some measure of safety. You don't want to fall down on your own sword, and you don't want no other member of your family fall down on your own sword neither. Next one. Jerry, Mr. Mills says he's going to Garfield Burford because he doesn't like some media people degrade his wife. Which Mr. Mills that? Mr. Mills says he's going to Garfield Burford because he doesn't like some media people degrade. Oh, is it Mr. Miller? Oh, Mr. Miller. Oh, but Mr. Garfield Burford never degraded his wife. He asked her some questions that she fumbled. I don't think it's good. Probably him said that in joke. I didn't see that part of the interview. I think the problem said it in joke. Next one. Greetings, massive. Wagwan, Jamaica. Big up you, Jerry. Patois is our language. Big up our belated Miss Lou. Apache Lachi, Truman. Next one. Jerry, is it coincidental that all your guests are PNP supporters? No, all my guests are PNP supporters. No. Is this a sensible text? Or is this not making sense? Hear the last sentence. Or hear the last phrase. All your guests are PNP supporters. Is that a sensible text or is it not? Let's have some comment on that. If that text is sensible, that all Jerry guests are PNP supporters. Next one. Bongo, what kind of stupid thought that? You mean a man should take care of a woman even if she earn more money than him? Mental slavery, the cause of teenage pregnancy. A joke you make, man. Because a woman earn more than a man, him not to take care of film part of responsibility. Eh? I think them should share it. And whether she earn more or not than him. Left of what them agree upon. And left to whether him want wear the pants or if him want wear whatever him want wear, you know. Left to uno. Good morning and welcome back to Straight Up, hello?
Yes.
Welcome.
Bongo Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first time on the program.
Thank you very much.
Wayne from Greater Portmore.
Yeah,
so,
yes, sir.
I ask a question.
Yeah.
Derek Keller,
yeah.
Is he getting the pay of is he getting both pays for the double work he's
I don't think ministers get paid according to the number of portfolio titles that them having. I don't think so. They might get extra privileges like more traveling money and more entertainment money. Some to entertain the agricultural sector and some to
the labor people.
What's that?
Some to entertain the labor people.
Yes, most likely most likely would get more allowance for entertainment, traveling, but I don't think him get two salary.
Okay.
But I can't tell her.
So the amount of thing where him really responds for right now. Something I get shafted.
Something getting shafted.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how.
And I think it's labor and social security, especially labor.
Yeah.
It's getting shafted. Jerry, right now, the minimum wage people, they must suffer terrible and dread.
Of course.
Terrible and dread.
Yeah.
Under this more severe, austere austerity measure,
yeah.
This Jamaican government right now has the world record of implementing bus fare increases twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
Twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
Right? And you have some comrades, you know, them talk about some trivial little things and some little insignificant little things. Them not looking at the real hardcore issues of what is going on in the country.
Yeah, that is the thing about the parties and politics of Jamaica. It's happening in other countries too. That once it is parties and they are blind to that and them bread butter, and some of them are so tribalistic that if them even not suffer,
them not suffer.
Yes. So
I hear people say the smoke in a Riverton with the people say, boy, I mean, not affect me.
Yes.
And I'm living in the smoke.
Yes. But yes.
You know, it's a thing. But they are telling right now, labor get shafted because the minimum wage needs to be increased. I've been tracking the minimum wage.
No, the minimum wage don't need anything, you know. It's the people them need more pay.
Yes,
it's not the minimum wage need nothing.
And right now, for a man to take care of himself, who does not have a child, it does himself alone, it's just $10,000.
Yes, the minimum wage is not sufficient for an individual to take care of themselves alone, much less to take care of dependents.
You know, it's a crazy thing. And I call for the minister, use the medium, because I have no friend who listen to the program.
Yeah.
And I think the senator supposed to be still listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tell the minimum wage advise the commission to start them deliberations and get the thing moving.
All right, but even more than that, you see, because of how we know that modern society, modern government, and modern economic state, we know that all those not going to be enough. People have to get together and start solve out some more ways of living and getting through urgently. Yeah.
We live in one of the most divided countries in
the
world.
In the world, in the history. Thank you very much. Yes, sir?
Yeah, man, bless.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Morning.
Welcome, sir.
Morning, Jay.
Yes, sir. Wagwan.
The Minister of Labour control minimum wage.
Minister of Labour, minimum wage, or finance. I'm not sure which one. Keep your voice up for me now.
I have more things for finance. Anyway,
yes.
You know, thank Obama to show we could come and tell we to our face. So we're not for access DB, you know?
Yes, low standards of performance and low standards of negotiation.
My point out, you see this station, New Start 93.
Yeah.
Of all the 30th station where they find the band right now.
Yeah.
New Start 93 at the station will identify itself the most.
Yeah.
The most.
That's great.
So people will learn. You know, say you have people who are just here.
That what?
No, them just here. Them
only here.
Yeah, them not listen. You know, sometimes, I tell you the truth, sometimes I find it annoying to hear you say, when you tell people about
up with the voice.
When you tell people about straight up.
Yeah.
Identify the station.
Yeah.
That station identify itself the most.
I know, yeah.
It carry less commercial ads, you know.
Yeah.
And
more self-ads, yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So people will listen.
Yeah.
All right, couple things now. Intellectual dishonesty. You know, when we grow up, Jerry, middle class people, middle class never necessarily mean you're rich, you know.
Yeah.
You know what they are in the 70s, in a Michael Manley attempt to break down the so-called social barrier.
Yeah.
Him succeeded in breaking down the middle class. Because what you got up now. You remember Rex next for that say Boto a drive Benz?
Yeah, Boto in a Benz, yeah.
When we are grow up, middle class people was teacher and inspector and all them and nurse. Not because them have money, but because, you know, they spoke standard English and them there are certain standard ideas that they upheld.
Yeah.
You know? All of a sudden now, if a man get through with a shipment of urban can buy a Benz, he turn middle class.
Not really, you know. Because middle class really, in broad terms, is the set of people who are between the poor and the rich.
Good.
And when a guy make a shipment and get a good amount of money, usually him hoisted above the level. Usually, if it's a really good shipment, he's hoisted to the level of rich, rather than being middle class.
Well, true, me kind of, all right, middle class people used to send them children to TSC and Walmart.
Yeah.
then when a guy get you one at a time now, when you have noticed it, a guy get you a shipment, and them start go a Walmart and JC.
Yes.
And
yes.
And believe to God, say him turn middle class.
Yes, I know. Even if him can afford to send them to Campion and Hillel, him usually more send them to Walmart and JC. Because Campion and Hillel might screen him even if him have money. As well as some might take him because him have money, but it's not as automatic as getting them into JC and Walmart.
So I them think they know.
Yeah.
We get back to a place where we uphold standards, you know?
Yeah.
And don't accept DB.
Yes, all right. You know what usually bring that about? Usually what bring that about is a set of people in our country who start uphold standards that, maybe a few thousand, a few 100,000 or a few million. So it's a set of people usually change and lift standards, not the entire population. So don't be weary. I think you have enough people who roughly agree with you that it create a critical mass that go and bring change. And it's bringing change slowly, but because it changed like a snail, you might not notice it really a change. It changed like a snail. It's changed like this. Yeah, man, I forgot, but it changed like a snail. It changed like the sea. It changed like the new moon. Little each night. But don't despair. Thank you very much. Yes, sir? Morning. Welcome straight up.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome.
The most influential and powerful country from the 1940s until now, or possibly earlier, in the world is Jamaica, and it influences Ethiopia that Selassie came to visit. It has influenced several other African nations. It has influenced the changes in South Africa very early in its life, its political development, and it plays such a great influence that it has put this president on a path that he was able to become elected within this time, telling him the person he ran against for the Democratic nomination said, no, I won't wait. The time is now. And when you listen to the presentation that he did at the town hall meeting, you realize how strong the influence is, because he walked in and he used the Jamaican parlance, which Louis Bennett fought hard. Michael Manley used it in campaigning, and left people that uncomfortable with it who born here. But suddenly now everybody is happy and elated, and Obama used it. But Obama has greatly influenced Marcus Garvey. When you look at our bookman in Haiti, all of those persons are Jamaicans, Claude McKay. When you look at the history of several other females too, who go out there. And Jamaica is for me, is the most powerful place on earth, because it influences every continent in the world. It teaches England, even England. It teaches England how to administer, how to form government.
One of the lessons that Obama sometimes remind people about is the uselessness of getting carried away with your own sense of self-importance.
Yeah, don't make your head get swell.
Yeah. So I'm advising you, just tone it down a little with the Jamaica greatest ever in the world.
Yeah, but when...
Just tone it down just a little.
Yeah, man. When people are saying, because if we, for example, there was a period 1983 to 1989 when, the media sell us this idea that Thiago is the greatest finance person ever. I never read a page of economics, never study economics, but he was sold to us, well, not to me really, sold to the nation that is the greatest economic mind. The United States came with a
So you're saying that Thiago never read a page of economics?
Never read a page of economics.
And you get that from good authority, from Portia?
Never friend buying book, I'm a read a book.
And the book same never read a page of economics?
Never read a page of economics.
Well, I accept it from you.
Yeah. And interestingly...
Then tell me something now. You ever hear this program boosting Thiago as the greatest thing in...
No. And one of the things that happened, a president named Ronald Reagan, never done before, because we can't talk about Israel, because Israel them baby where them using the Middle East, everybody knows for what. So we won't put Israel in the mix. But Ronald Reagan did something America's never done before, will never do again. Ronald Reagan take up $800 million. Listen to me keenly.
8.
No, you only have 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and give it to this man. It wasn't a loan, it wasn't a grant, it was just a gift. Because this man do for him. He turned back communism by winning the 1980 bloody election.
He did? You know, hold on, he did?
Eh?
He did?
That is what Ronald Reagan did say, man.
No, you said so. You said so. No, you said so.
Eh? No, Ronald Reagan did. You remember the payment?
But yes, but you said. No, but you said. Yeah, but you said that Seaga turned back communism. You said it.
No, me not said so.
What did he? Hold on. What did he turn? Hold on. What? Hold on. No, hold on. What did he turn back in 1980?
What did he turn back?
Yeah.
Minimum wage.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Brother, morning to you, Mr. Small.
Welcome.
How do you do it?
Fine.
Well, you know, about visit, there are a lot of things that people can take up on the visit, what he said. But, you know, one of the most important things that I heard Mr. Obama said during his visit,
yeah,
which is very fundamental. He said that it is good that this government, this present government, is sticking to the course and dealing things out the way it's supposed to deal with to get the economy back on track. They are saying that, you know, debt forgiveness, but, you know, America has never written off anybody's debt, you know, never. So no one don't look for that. But his endorsement of the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance says a lot about the way this government is going about things. You know, just gradually, you know, we just need to get the youth them the training by them offer to get involved in creating employment for themselves and for others, because the window is out there. Animation, you know, certain logistics, because agriculture by using a computer, you know, the test seeds and do them things, test soil, because that the government has stripe and soil that will yield more, so they fertilizer for that. So things like these, we have a lot of youth who will say them left university and get to work, get involved in them, because the government just set the platform. The next thing, when I heard Obama say that, but you know, you see, although the $70 million what him say, it's going to spread over the Caribbean, but it's a very good gesture. Education. The People's National Party has always been trumpeting this sound, education, from Norman Manley days come right up.
Hold on there.
And it's still the same.
Hold on, look.
Yes, my brother.
When I invite Senator Imani Duncan here, I invite her here as a PNP and all that kind of thing and so on. The people who call the program and discuss, that's public affairs discussion program. We welcome callers to express themselves and give them opinion, whether them defend a party or not. But we want them to talk out of themselves and them experience, if them even refer to them party now again. But if you come here just to talk out of the party, you have to either pay for an advertisement or me invite you here like how me invite Senator Imani Duncan. We can't take the professional GIS. We can't take the GIS.
See that people need to know, you know, what wouldn't know otherwise, you know, unless we tell them, you know.
Unless you tell them, then you pay.
I've heard people say that.
Yes, well, if you're not calling, listen, if you're not calling as a citizen of Jamaica expressing them views personally. No. Yeah. Once you carry it into a party thing as a comrade thing, you know.
No, look at
you waste time.
You know, a man with a disgruntled PNP still, you know.
I am a disgruntled PNP.
That's bad, we do that,
but you look here, you would slander anybody.
No,
you would slander anybody. I believe you would slander mommy and daddy.
Anyway.
Are you a BT man?
Look here, no.
Well, are you a BT man?
Be careful your language.
No,
yes,
BT. Are you a BT man?
Be careful of your language.
Then what wrong with BT?
Because I don't.
Then Obama say LGBT.
Big man, what's that?
Are you a big man or you're a top man or you're a bottom man? Are you a top man or a bottom? Alright, let's go to another call. Call back again soon. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up. You know?
Morning, Jerry.
Welcome, sir. But we're not on a back-to-back call, you know. Morning. Yes.
Gang of fire, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, differently. In regards to the incident in Clarendon with a 3-year-old.
Yes, sir.
Well, it is being said or alleged that he shot his mother.
Yeah.
You know, Jeremy, kind of find it hard to believe, you know. Not that it is impossible, but I do find it hard to believe because, one, anybody who is familiar with farms know that farms is...
Familiar what? Everybody who is familiar what?
With firearms.
Yes.
The operation of firearms. Know that they come with a certain measure of safety.
Yes. Not all of them.
Yeah, I know that. If they don't have external safety, they usually have some other safety mechanism.
Yes.
Usually the ones that don't have external safety, they have a probably a heavier trigger pull.
Yes, yes. A balance, spring balance, yeah.
Up to 5 pounds of energy has to be exerted against the trigger.
Yeah, like how different fish line have different weight.
Exactly. And it to me, I kind of find it hard to know that a 3-year-old would be able. I don't know what kind of firearm it was or whatever. But,
yeah.
But it's something that crossed my mind. And in addition to that, obviously he didn't practice proper safety measures. So
you mean the owner?
Yes.
The holder?
But I'm just saying that thinking about it, it's kind of hard to believe that a 3-year-old could do that really, you know?
Whatever it is, whatever happened, we know that it is carelessness.
Yes. Okay.
And not only carelessness, recklessness for somebody to be asleep with a firearm on a bed and them don't even restrict them don't restrict the movement of the children. If I am sleeping in a room with a firearm on my bed at the ready, my children, first thing my wife's supposed to get acquainted with the use of the firearm, or my partner. And the children now must be restricted. A child can't just be, you must be aware that a child can be wandering into your room, and you can toss and turn, and you can turn off of your pillow. And when you take a stock, you're not on your pillow not on your gun. It is recklessness, it's not just carelessness.
Yeah, so that's something we have to think about. Next, you see the chronic thing there now?
Yes, sir.
Chronic made that statement?
Yes, sir.
On social media, in a way, I'm glad he said it. Not that I'm in agreement with what he said.
Yeah.
But based on some of the comments that I'm seeing on social media now, as a nation, as black people, we have a very far way to go. I mean, most of the comments, most of them, I've gone through probably about over 700 that I just glanced over.
Yeah.
And you have people, most of them, you have people saying that Marcus Garvey was a thief and going to this the big man.
Yeah.
And Marcus Garvey never made any impact on Obama and stuff like that. I mean, so really, can black people really be saying that?
Look here.
You know what I mean? We have a far way to go.
It's a good thing that you mentioned that, because on Friday evening, I think it was, I heard a commentator on another station taking it, and she probably was fed this by some caller or some social messenger, taking it that Chronics was referring to Marcus Garvey as the waste man and not Obama.
I don't know.
And also, just as you say, some people, even though it might have been injudicious of him to refer to Obama as a waste man, a lot of black people, some of them I say them is black proud. Recently I've been hearing more and more of them referring to Marcus Garvey as a scammer and this and that. And you have some people who are orchestrating and coaching it.
Yes, but no, I'm saying if we black people are saying this, it shows that what we're gonna have to do, because we need to unite. I mean, everybody's not gonna agree, everybody's not gonna
exactly,
unite,
that's why
we need a majority, or we need a significant portion of people to agree and for us to, you know what I mean, maintain the struggle so that we can achieve that which we desire.
Yes, sir. Keep expressing yourself. Thank you very much. Morning, welcome. Straight up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Now, Jerry, before me go on, 2 points I have to talk about. I'm going to ask if you just allow me.
You're chatting all the time.
Yeah. But I want you to know something. The money that Reagan did give to us, a 5 flight to Miami, everything did left God Jamaica. Nothing food we couldn't get here. And because of him charge away and help us out. You in a hit because you're the ones here getting the food. All right, number one.
No, let's go for a break. We are going for a break. We will go for a break. Please, sir. Yes, welcome back to Straight Up. Go ahead, please, sir.
Yeah, man. Jerry, you see me right now? I'm a person, no matter the good you do for me, you're wrong. Okay, you have this Congress with all shades of colors in the United States there. Obama is not a person who have power. His power is, he have a certain amount of power, but these guys can send you go there to do certain things and you have to do it. And, you know, when I really check certain situations, you know, the Americans, they are an imp, you know. In other words, they are a little devil. And let me say that. Because before Obama come here, you know, they pick out a few guys and girls, you know, who are homosexual, and had them, and I tell them, say they must tell them where they want to hear, and who tell them where they want to hear, then they ask Obama question which way that thing come about. So we can tell all Jamaicans, say, look here, we as a country, we as a people in this country, we are a Christian people. Mind what is it taking place in this country? Some are killed, some of those who don't have a good mind of their own. But look here, we stand by principle. And when I come push this homosexual business, that means the people much so great like not in Jamaica.
All right, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Yes, like how Obama don't have no power, but people tell him to go and do this and go and do that. What it was they tell Siaga to go and do, and who it is direct Siaga, like how them direct Obama.
When you jump the question, in what way? Make you finish with this first, man.
Alright, we don't have much time. You're not going to answer? You're not going to answer?
Alright. Alright, when you talk about Siaga now,
like how them direct, you're not going to stop that. Like how they direct Obama and tell him what to do. Who is it directed Siaga?
Siaga have a brain, man.
So Siaga did. So Siaga more important. So Siaga did. So Siaga. Look, we have to cut him because he's making no sense. No sense at all. Brain like he's brain, and him soon kick up back here. And we have to go pin on back the tail upon the jackass. Blindfolded. Good morning, welcome to Straight Up, hello.
Greetings, Jerry.
Yes, sir, Wagwan.
Alright, man.
Yes, square says.
Okay, now, I don't know if you heard about the conference that's held in Trinidad later this year involving the leaders of the Caribbean countries.
Yeah.
I don't know if that includes, I don't think that includes Cuba and so on, right?
English-speaking Caribbean.
Right. And academics.
Yeah.
And the topic would be, to quote Hillary Bickers, who said that, quoting him, after 50 years of concerted effort,
yeah,
Caribbean post-colonial development paradigms have climaxed and yielded poor to moderate results. End of quote.
Mm-hmm.
And to make that plain, nothing much has happened for most Caribbean countries, especially Jamaica, which is at the second from bottom the list of Caribbean countries in terms of development, you know.
It's not Haiti low. Which one is low?
Why? You know, I don't want to say.
It's alright. It's alright. Come on.
Right. So, people have been talking about what Obama has been saying.
Yeah.
This year is much more important, you know, because as Hillary Bickers was on to say, business as usual cannot possibly meet the challenges of poverty, inequality, and funding. Okay?
Yeah.
I think Obama made his most relevant statement in regard to Jamaica when he was in Panama, when he said, to quote, "We don't want to be imprisoned by the past."
Yeah.
When something doesn't work for 50 years, you don't just keep on doing it.
So that sounds like Jamaica.
You try something new.
50 years, that kind of 50 years.
It is relevant to Jamaica. It's the most relevant thing he said about Jamaica. But he was saying it while he was in Panama.
Yes, yes.
And I think he was actually referring to the failed U.S. policy with regard to Cuba.
Yeah.
But it is relevant to Jamaica so much.
Yeah, 50 years, because it was the same year. Very same time when Jamaica was getting independent. That is when the Cuban Missile Crisis became the center of the world.
So, Jerry, this is what I would like people to take away from Obama's visit rather than self-praise of imitation. They don't know how simple-minded that is.
Yeah.
You know? We need to look into what is happening here.
Yeah.
Because, Jerry, all Obama is doing now is playing catch-up China.
Yeah.
In 2014, established the BRICS Bank.
Yeah.
Under the proper name of New Development Bank.
China established a big international bank.
Well, they established in concert with Russia, India, South Africa, and Brazil.
Yeah.
You know, those countries make up
the BRIC. Yeah.
Right.
So this is like an alternative to the IMF.
So the World Bank.
Yeah.
Okay, it's for infrastructure development, you know.
Yeah.
And it was capitalized with 200 billion US dollars, 100 billion of which were to be loaned to those 5 countries.
Yeah.
And 100 billion of which was to provide for contingency and to loan to third world countries.
Yeah.
This year, just recently, China set up almost single-handedly, but major funding, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, which is the same kind of thing like World Bank again.
Yeah.
The same level of $100 billion capitalization.
Yeah.
Which has they invited people, countries in Asia and outside of Asia.
Yeah.
And in fact, they have set up a regional office in Africa and all of American allies in Asia, except in Korea and Japan, have joined them. And several countries in Europe, including England, France, and other staunch allies of the U.S. have joined them. And Forbes is interpreting all of this as being the triumph of China in global diplomacy.
Yeah.
So what is happening now with America and what Obama is arguing here is a rearguard action to see if he can preserve
so it's a campaign.
Backyard.
So the traveling him doing is a campaign to retrieve
the backyard that has
retrieve some of the defection. People defect from a army, or them defect from a country, run away and go to another. Yes, okay.
It's so because America was actively discouraging their allies in Asia from joining with them.
Yeah, all right. Make us start a talk tomorrow.
Okay.
Because tomorrow, Sonia Harris other memorial going to take place, the religious one. And I want you and Jojo Miller join me and reflect on the value of a woman like Sonia work and some of these same ideas, because she was a developmental person who know the Caribbean well and who live in America from she a youth. Let's talk more about this tomorrow.
Okay then.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Right.
Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up. Hello.
Yeah, morning, Jerry.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, man. I want to morning to DJ Trisha and her uncle who are having a birthday today.
Trisha says she like you?
No, man. Not like that, man. DJ Trisha is a married lady. She have
Keisha.
A husband.
Yeah.
I'm not looking her.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing.
Yeah.
That little boy who is alleged to shoot his 28-year-old mother.
Yeah.
I was listening to a report that even if that little boy did do it, there's no charges could be come against that little boy now.
No.
A charge is to come against that youth unless he's 10-year-old. But with the age of 3-year-old, there's no charge could be laid against him.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it's that little boy that
Give me a reason.
Eh?
Give me a reason.
I don't believe that little boy could have hold a gun so straight for shot his mother in her face.
He did not. It is not alleged that he intended to shoot her. So if he shot her in her face, it's not that him aim and say, well, then I go and shot mommy in her face. I don't think that is the allegation. Or anybody try to say that him say him going to try out the gun for mommy's face?
No, nobody not say that. I don't believe it's that little boy. I don't believe.
I don't just swallow it, but when I was 3 years old, I was aware of gun. And aware. Would you allow me to tell you about my 3-year-old when I was 3? Wilson, now you want to tell me about my.
No, man.
When I was 3-year-old, I was aware of gun. I aware say you hold the gun that way, and I aware say you pull the trigger, and I aware say you have to pull the trigger hard because we have all toy gun to play with. I have to pull it hard, even if some gun will fire thunderbolt in it. You have to pull it hard. Yeah. And I was aware that my old man did have some gun on them bed. And it was careless. My old man was a responsible citizen of Jamaica, yet it was careless of him to have gun on them bed and we can walk by in them room. Yeah, hear me? I don't care who want to vex with me, whether my brother or sister, or anybody want to vex with me. I care not. I couldn't care less. It was careless. And that not stop me from love my old man still. But it was fortunate that something never happened before. And I said something about that before, you know. That as a result of that, a little 8-year-old girl hold on upon the gun one day and make use of it. My old man gun is carelessness. Thank you very much. I have to go. You mix up too much. Good morning now. Welcome to Straight Up. Let me read some text message. Election is coming, so politicians is appearing on Straight Up. I still want to know when Jamaica is going to unite against these politicians. Yes. Next one. Jerry, most firearm have a certain level of safety. Yes, we know that. Next one. Jerry, what happened to Mr. Borrell of the PPP? Yes, you did say PNP like a while. Can you update me about the party progress? No. I might soon see him though, Mr. Borrell. What name? Forgot what Borrell name again. I think I not really rhyme my name again. Anyway, next one. Jerry, good day. We can't grow our children like animals and expect them to become kings and queens. Certainly not. Unless it's King of Beasts, you want them come like. Grow them like King of Beasts, I might come like a lion, but a lion of for old people, you know. Lion of Judah is not an actual 4-foot lion. Next one. Gangster for Life comment was just a song phrase he was reverberating, Jerry. Whether he was just reverberating a song or not, it is inappropriate for a politician or any adult to be boasting and say them is gangster for life. It's not a sin, you know. But it's inappropriate for people who are looking for people to trust them. Text me and tell me about that. Next one. Good morning, Jerry. Thanks for your hard work. Please send out birthday greetings to Philip Clark from Chuka work site in Martha Bray, Trelawney. Okay, Chuka must have Chuka Cove. Martha Bray carry a Chuka Cove. Anyway. Next one. Jerry, you can get somebody to speak about sickle cell disease on the program. Yes, we have done it many times and we can do it again. It's very important. Next one. Are you not happy that Jamaicans are calling their country great? Why are you turning her down? No. She getting carried away. So Jamaica is the most powerful country in the world from the 1940s. Now it is great to love your country and boost your country. But it is not great for your head to swell till it busts. And the sense start to drain out there. Maybe your head swell, bust, and the sense drain out there. You can't go and talk anything. But even Obama was telling us, don't get carried away. When I said to Obama how you cope with stress, what did he say? He said one of the best ways to cope with stress is that when things are going well, you don't get carried away with it and boost it up too much. He said so. Learn from him then, no? Since it's him I learned from lately. He said that when things are going well, the best way to deal with it is don't get carried away too much so that when things go bad, you don't get dropped down too much. Could you talk plainer than that? And one of them could have talked plainer than that is to say it in a patois. I don't think him know that much patois. Him is a 2-line patois man. Him know 2 line of patois. And no line of coke. Him don't know the line of coke them from when him a youth. I think him do a couple line of coke. That think him still have him big head spliff or walk softly and carry a big spliff. Next one. Tell Shepherd that as business people hide the food. His business people hide the food in the 70s. Shepherd, yeah. Morning, welcome back to Straight Up. Hello, man.
Good morning, Mr. Small.
Welcome, sir, yes.
Yes, sir. Nice talking to you again, sir.
Yes.
My reason for calling you this morning, sir, I was here earlier, and you were talking to one of your callers, and the word fundamentalist was used.
All right. Could just pardon me taking the call at the time when you're supposed to take a break. Just let's take the break and come back. I just flow. Yeah, welcome back to Straight Up. Go ahead, please, sir. Hello.
As I was saying, the word fundamentalist.
Yes, sir.
We find out nowadays that word now has taken on a negative connotation, which I think it's really unfair because my reason for saying the word fundamental derived from the word foundation. So let's say the foundational teaching of my faith tells me that a certain type of lifestyle is considered immoral. If I stick to that teaching, why am I considered a fundamentalist? Or I'm considered a fundamentalist, but yet it is seen in a negative way when it's just that I'm just standing up for what I believe in.
May I comment now?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you an instance. The history and the traditions of the Christian faith or movement are based in the Old Testament. You agree?
To an extent, yes, sir.
And then after the base, there comes a development, which is the New Testament. You agree?
Yes, sir.
And from in the Old Testament, the legitimacy or allowability, it is allowed that people can own other human beings as slaves. And therefore, other things like women being inferior to men, and other things like women mustn't speak with any authority in the movement, and other things like that, man, it is a shame for man to have long hair, become part of the fundamental teachings of the movement. Not true?
You're talking about the Christian teachings, right?
That's what I was talking about. Yes, is it not true, those things?
You may have mentioned a number of...
Could you tell me if it is true or not true that you can move on more than we start go around and around in a circle?
No, it's not a matter of going around, Mr. Small. Okay, you see, you got to differentiate appreciate what you're talking about here. You know, you're talking about two covenants. You know, which of the covenants are you referring to?
Is not the Bible the fundamental basis of the Christian movement, the whole Bible?
Not necessarily the whole Bible, sir.
Hold on, because I can't go around the world. Here now, we're not going to go around the world this morning. Listen here. You listen here now. Is it not a fundamental part of the Christian movement? One of the verses that say, nature itself teaches that it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Is that not part?
That is a part of it.
All right. Tell me what part of nature teaches that it's a shame for a man to have long hair.
Why was that statement made? That's what
Would you answer me? Would you answer me rather than ask me a next question? Let me ask you again. What part of nature teaches that it's a shame for a man to have long hair?
What was it the apostle?
You're asking me another question. Let's get to the end of this phone call. You're not going to answer me. You're going to ask me another question. Tomorrow, call me earlier. We can't fool around now. Maybe we can fool around tomorrow. No harm intended. Here, sir? Tomorrow. Bye. Next call. Good morning. Welcome to Straight Up.
Yeah, morning, Jerry.
Welcome.
Yeah, man. Manners.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You remember the Harmony Cove grand plan that was unveiled in Parliament?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know, I have a friend in New York, you see?
Yeah.
He's a developer.
Yeah.
His company is the Cockpit Country Development Company in New York.
Yeah.
And he brought some investor here, you know, from the United States. One was an Israeli and the other was an American.
Yeah.
And on paper the plan was developed, and in Parliament it was spoken about.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing, and that was in the Duncan's area, the development was supposed to take place.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how that fellow from Trelawney missed this information, and how better missed this information.
Yeah.
That is what's his name? Wangagot.
Yeah.
All right. There's a new development coming on stream in Trelawney.
Wangagot is not really his name, you know.
Yes. And Wangagot is real name.
No, you mean the BT man?
Yeah, the BT man.
Yeah, it's John is his name. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know him missed this information, but this developer now is a North American developer from Jamaican. He's a Jamaican. Both of them are Jamaican. One is from America, living in America as a top developer, and the other one is from Canada.
Yeah.
And his name is Charles Mercy.
Yeah.
And the other one is...
yeah, but you only have a limited amount of time. Just make the point.
Yeah, but the point where I want to make, I wanted to read something from the article that is written about them.
Yeah, now you want to read that now?
No, I'll get back to you maybe further down in the week.
That would be good. That would be good.
Lengthy, but I would just use the time, allotted.
To introduce it.
Yes, so I catch up with you back, but I would just enlighten you a little bit about what I want to talk about.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'll catch up with you.
Thank you very much, yes, sir.
Morning.
Welcome straight up, hello.
Hello.
Welcome, yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine.
Yeah, man, two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, debt forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say like debt forgiveness not possible. Guyana, a few years ago, the IDB, the Inter-American Development Bank, write off about $20 million or more to Guyana a few years ago.
Yeah.
But my country needs certain criteria, right? And I think Jamaica meets it. Debt forgiveness is a possibility.
Yeah.
So, if you Google countries in the Caribbean and Latin America, wherever we get debt forgiveness, and it's all there,
Yeah.
All right. You don't expect England to advise Jamaica or any of the other former colonies to apply for reparations?
No, I wouldn't expect England to do that.
All right. When somebody asks Obama about debt write-off, America contributes more money to the IMF and the World Bank more than other countries.
Yeah.
You think come up and said, yeah, man, I'm going to Jamaica. Go ahead, apply for it. You can get that right now.
I never expect him to.
Yeah. No, I mean, so, me a political debate and it come like a lot of people think,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is that an emotional thing? Is that an emotional thing because they are conscious that he came here to support Portia Simpson Miller? They think that him going to talk anything that can help her, no?
Yeah, but when it comes to even
the United States classify ganja as the federal government. When I talk the state government, I talk federal government. As far as the federal government is concerned, ganja is illegal. But our class, them classify ganja, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't expect the president of the United States, who is the president for the federal government, say the Jamaica in blessing as far as legalizing ganja is concerned. Now, I think that question wasn't...
No, but listen. You say from Obama come in and talk like a pato and get at ease and comfortable and relax. You have people who dream the impossible dream. Remember Sammy Davis Jr. have a music like that, to dream the impossible dream? So people are hopeful. But I forgot, I have 2 more callers and 3. Only 3 minutes, we have 2 more callers. But tomorrow we can talk more. But people get carried away. Good morning, welcome on Straight Up, hello. Welcome. Go ahead, please. All right, next one. More text message. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Just want to take a few seconds to say happy birthday going out to a conscious reggae artist. We know same name Clifton George Bailey, otherwise called Capleton.
Oh.
Today is his birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you for the positive and conscious music that you have sing over the years.
Yeah.
Many of which have kept the youth them on the straight and narrow way.
Yeah.
And thanks for investing some of the money you have made back into your community and the parish of St. Mary.
Yeah.
God bless, Jerry.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Well, all right, we have a call here, because we have a piece of music we play. I want to my producer anyway, Tanya Richards, our production assistant, Miss Williams, and our technical operator, Yains Stewart. Tiffany Williams is our production assistant. Thank you very much. We did select a piece of music here. Can you find it, please, sir? Sophia George, Girly. You have it on top there. Yes, well, that is it. 2 girly. Both China and America coming like to pedophile, because they will take the little young fresh vegetable and they will get the most out of them. But then 2 girly and they want shot it all around the world. What them say? Flash it around the world. Make we hear Sophia George straight.
Young man, you're too girly. You just a flash it on the world. Young man, you're too girly. You just a flash it on the world.